Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we don't want to blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
All right. It is Wednesday. It feels like it's a different day because we streamed on Monday. Feels weird, bros. Thank you to everybody that stopped in and kept me entertained while doing research and fun stuff. You guys are the best. Let's see who's here. Wow, look at all of you guys already in chat. You guys are well-trained hamsters. That's right. The beginning of my half yacht cult has began. Bucket Kid. Bucket, why is your name blue? The poll didn't load for you? Your name's blue. Your name's normally not blue. I don't know how to feel about this. Oddly, what's happening, Oddly? Let's see. What music is that? That is a song called Money Game Part 2, and that is by Ren. R-E-N is his name. So if you're interested, Ren is amazing. If you join the Discord, there is music from Ren in the hip-hop section and also in the pop section, as he does other stuff too. Let's make sure. Oh, my mic is working. Look at me go. Look at me go. Okay. Who else is in there? Redunk. Redunk is here. Redunk, hello. Hello, Redunk. All right. Hey, look, it's Foxy. That is, get your Foxy back, guys. If you are on X, if you still have the capability of being on what I still call Twitter. It's Twitter still, folks. It's still Twitter. Get your Foxy back is the most amazing, the greatest, the legendary, the mythic Twitter poster of all time. So get on there and give Get Your Foxy back a like, a subscribe, all those things, and Seb as well. As you guys well know, if you watch the credits at the end of the stream, you get to see Get Your Foxy back and Seb's Twitter handle. And you go on there and you give both of those guys a like and a subscribe, and get on those lists and connect with other blue voices on the Twitter. It's very important, guys. We're getting closer to 2024, and it's about to get crazy, all right? You guys already seen all the comments on my shorts where the Trump supporters are getting very worked up that I said that the Republican Party is not the Republican Party of old, and the Republican Party has been decimated by a bunch of domestic terrorists. I gotta turn off Discord. If you guys are gonna post stuff in Discord for me to look at tonight, I am happy to watch it as well. But tonight we are playing the game that everybody likes to play. We are going to play, is it illness or is it education? All right. But as you guys well know, we like to start the day off, or the Wednesday off, by taking a look on Foxy. Feel free to put your handle for Twitter in the chat there. You guys self-promote away. Have a great time. Promote yourselves as much as possible. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And if there's anything, whether it's Uncle Fatty and his crazy AI stuff that he creates, or it's Foxy and Sebastian and their amazing work they're doing over on Twitter. And let me just go ahead and say this too. Foxy and Sebastian aren't just people that are connecting blue voices with other blue voices. They also have a very strong voice of their own, and a lot of stuff that Foxy's making nowadays, it looks amazing, and it's extremely pertinent, specifically when we talk about what's going on in Texas right now with that woman that had to go out of state to get an abortion. As insane as it is, that during the point where everybody was talking about the chances that a woman would have a non-viable fetus and be forced to take it to term, and everybody said, that's not going to happen. You're just exaggerating. You're slippery sloping it. And it turns out that's exactly what's happening. And now, correct me if I'm wrong on this. If I'm wrong on this. But I do believe that if that woman returns to Texas after having the abortion, that she can still be prosecuted. That's insanity. Absolute fucking insanity. Anyways, Foxy made some cool stuff on Twitter, kind of speaking about that a little bit. So if you guys are on the Twitter, at Get Your Foxy Back is who you want to go on there and you want to follow. So feel free to follow Foxy there. Tommy, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a bit. How are things in the Bakersfield? Well, you're not in the Bakersfield anymore. Fuck, I know how things are in the Bakersfield, to be honest with you. You don't have to tell me. All right. So here we go. What are you talking about? Yeah, I know you're a self-promo whore. Pac-Man. I got Dave Pac-Man on, I think, on one of these. Nathan, what's happening, Nathan? What's up, buddy? All right. Well, it's going to be a fun one tonight. For those of you who don't know, I've been talking to Katrina Christensen, running for Senator of North Dakota. And it looks like, after talking to Katrina's campaign manager tonight, that we will be looking at having a podcast with Katrina come first quarter of 2024, as Katrina is also a professor and is in the midst of holidays and finals and all that business. So that gives us plenty of time. Oh, you couldn't find me on Twitter, oddly? Oddly, it is PSMRF is my handle. PSMRF. That is it right there. Vegas. Very nice. You're where the false electors are getting indicted there, Tommy. You are in false elector central. PSMRF is my handle on X, and it goes under the channel is Progressive Matters. So feel free to at PSMRF. That's it. So if you guys got questions for Katrina, maybe I'll make a specific channel in the Discord for questions for Katrina. I love my blue voices, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to ask some questions that hopefully she'll give us some good answers to. So if you got some questions about some things that you think need to be answered, you put that in the channel and we'll make sure to get it in there. I like to be nice and professional about all these things. I like to go over the questions with the person before we get on the podcast. I don't like to do it live stream. I like to do some editing so that way people can all feel real comfortable with what's getting said and what's getting shown, and nobody's being taken out of context, or no one's being seen as saying something that they didn't, that they weren't trying to say. So come the first quarter of 2024, we'll be having that talk. I'm currently still trying to get in touch with Brianna Wu, who I have talked to and have sent an email to, but haven't gotten a reply to. Brianna, I would love to get a reply to that email, Brianna Wu. But we are trying to get a hold of Brianna to see if maybe we can either get Brianna to come on the podcast or potentially, collaborate on doing some progressive stuff and hopefully, do big things in 2024. We're hoping to do big things in 2024, and I think getting in touch with Brianna is a big part of that. So if you guys got questions for Katrina, we'll make a channel for that. That's right. You guys don't even want to know about the Papa Smurf, the tattoo, that is from when I'm younger. Hope you guys like the background today. Okay, that cat looks just like my cat. My cat, Macy Gray. Okay, Macy Gray. All right, well, let's do it. Let's get right to it. Tonight is going to be an illness or education night, but as always, we are going to start with the news. All right. Well, you know, one of the things I like about the news nowadays is that the Lincoln Project has been doing such an awesome job of covering the week prior in news and making it amusing and simple and easy to watch in a 2-minute video. So we're going to start with that. Thank you, Bucket. Thank you. I thought it was a pretty good one. You know, I like that the cat's kind of looking down on us, watching, paying attention to what we're doing, like Big Brother. Those of you that didn't watch on Monday when we did the research stream, Lex Friedman's his overview of the book 1984, great video. I'll post it in Discord, but if you have a chance, go watch that Lex Friedman video on 1984. Great breakdown of the book. Lex Friedman, great guy, very smart guy. I know that he makes some people mad by talking to some right-wing people, but Lex is a man of the people and likes to talk to everybody, and I think he asks some pretty good questions of the right when he does bring them on his show. And I think Lex Friedman is an intellectual and a really cool dude, and he does a great job of talking about how 1984 applies to some of the things today and how 1984 shouldn't be applied to some of the things, specifically how right-wing conservative people tend to use 1984 as criticism for some of the things that the left does, and how Orwell was actually a democratic socialist. So anyways, go check that out if you can. Great video, about an hour long, but great video, well worth the watch. Let's get into it. I will show the sunburn.
This is your favorite president, Donald J. Trump.
The issue with Taylor Swift is that she makes women hate everyone.
I like big burly fighters with beards. I got one of.
Dude, is that? I don't think that's true. Does Taylor Swift? I don't think Taylor Swift. She seems like such a good person.
My house, let me tell you.
The Biden regime.
Oh,
Can I say that the phrase "cucked husbands" is the best?
Hey, can you send a message to my friend Bin Laden? He's still really much alive, even though you all just no.
She got 4 million girls registered in like 24 hours.
Yeah,
You see that? She
but
broke the website.
That's the thing. It's so easy
She's
for
gonna
her to
destroy
do
the
that.
country.
She just
We'll mail you a beautiful trading
Oh
card.
yeah, the trading
It
card.
is an authentic piece
More
of the suit I
NFTs.
wore when I took that now famous mugshot.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
offended. Are you white?
My mother was.
Oh, wait, you're biracial?
Is that Fred Durst?
Is that a thing?
I had no idea.
I will have made more money in 7 days than I would have made an entire year in Congress.
And it was a great suit, believe me, a really good suit. It's all cut up and you're going to get a piece of it.
Gavin Newsom canceled Christmas. But why?
I love that you are such a
Oh, that's right. You get a piece of Trump's suit. But I guess there's an asterisk. It's just like if you buy the entire set with, it's just like $4,000 worth of NFTs. And if you guys have never seen my NFT video, my Trump NFT video, I recognize that the quality of my videos from 6 months, 7 months ago may not be the best, but those jokes are gold. Okay. Go back, watch the Donald Trump NFT video if you can. There's jokes about my father-in-law. There's jokes about Trump sex dolls going on in there. It's absolute gold. You guys should go watch the Trump NFT Angry Ginger video after the live stream. Just saying. Just saying.
dedicated student at NYU. You know,
You want member NFTs?
my
Maybe of my sunburn.
not so real
Yes.
MBA.
Don't want to run against Ron DeSanctimonious with his high heels
Oh,
and his bobblehead bullshit, you know.
oh,
I wish I looked as good as I do on those cards. That I can tell you. They give me muscles where, believe me, I don't have them.
How long until Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are no more? Over under, Blake.
like until they're dead. I can see their suicide pact taking effect.
not-
wow, these guys are, look at the faces. Look at how sad these guys are. Who are these guys? Oh, it's Charlie Kirk. I know who Charlie Kirk is. But who are these? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. His whole world is ending because Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating. This guy's over here looking at Trump NFTs. This guy's super concerned about life because of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. You know what? I am happy that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift together. Not only is it great for democracy, but also the Chiefs have not been the same. They haven't been the same since Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce went public, and for an Eagles fan, that's a great thing. I'm just going to say that. He is distressed. Look at that. Look at the brow wrinkle. Look at the brow wrinkle.
Not that one.
I'm so proud of you for coming out as a furry, and they're all excited about your persona. A beaverpuss, a beaver, and a platypus.
I want to be a dictator. I didn't say that. I said I want to be a dictator for one day.
And does anybody think Trump's organized enough to be a dictator? And do dictators even play golf?
Go right now and collect your own
doesn't fucking
exclusive
Kim
piece of
Jong-un play
American
golf?
history, and we'll all have fun together. Have a good life.
Okay, now I want to watch the actual commercial. Somebody get me a link to the Trump NFT commercial. God, the first one that he made was absolutely amazing. I should just be the most hubristic person ever and play my own video. The first NFT commercial that Trump made was just like absolutely out of control. And let's just be honest. NFTs are a scam. Non-fungible tokens, if you don't understand what a non-fungible token is, it's a piece of digital art that you supposedly own on the blockchain that is yours and yours alone. Now, the thing about that is just like anything, like trading cards, all of that stuff, the value is in the eye of the beholder. So what was it? I think it was Jake Paul. He bought one of them for like $1 million, and I think it's worth less than $10,000 now, or maybe it's worth less than $10 now. But there is no better like coupling than Donald Trump and NFTs. If it's like a scam found a scam and they had scam children. like the scam father found the scammiest scam of all time and created Scamageddon. It's the most amazing thing. Pete, my dude. Man, Pete's out there. You know what? For all of you guys that come, you guys that come down on the battlefield with me, Graciela, my champion, Gracie. Okay, for all of you that come down onto the battlefield with me on the YouTube shorts and comment and help me to keep the sanity running, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Pete. I appreciate you, Gracie. I appreciate all of you guys that show up on the shorts and talk a little trash with me. You know, like I like to get on there and I'll tell you this. My whole thing is that every single sane person that comes across those shorts, I push those comments through from those crazy bastards. Every one of those crazy Trump supporters that get put in the filter, I push it through. So that way everybody can see, every sane person that comes upon those shorts sees exactly how insane the Trump supporters have become. Like there is no sanity left. And it's so important because there are people that don't know this. There are people who aren't engaged in politics. There are people who just think, oh, it's all just the media. They don't recognize that these people are this crazy, and I'm just trying to do my best to help them see it. So I thank you guys very much for helping. DJ, what's up, DJ? All right. Ruby, I understand. It's okay. It's okay, Ruby. I do appreciate anybody and everybody showing up to my stuff, but I really appreciate the people that go on the shorts, because the shorts, it is a scary place. All right. It is full of absolute effing insanity. All right, so let's get to this one. Donald Trump claims debating Hillary Clinton took more court courage than dying in combat. Oh, God. I don't know. This is the Dollar More Daily, and
I'm Jesse Dollar. You know, being decades now removed from being a Republican, I still marvel at the ability.
How many people say that now? Isn't that so insane? It's like what happened with COVID is all the crazy anti-vax, anti-government, anti-big pharma, anti-everything lefties went over to the right, and then all the right conservatives that were like, this is insane because all these insane conspiracy theorists now are on our side, that came over to the left. It has been a strange place. And lately I've been doing the fake elector thing. I've been looking into the fake electors and all that stuff. So we went all the way back to Rutherford B. Hayes versus James Tilden. And, you know, a lot of that stuff, you know, back then was Democrats that were, causing violence in the South to keep black voters from voting and everything. And you see this flip-flopping of ideologies throughout time, all the way from, you know, obviously 1776, but 1876 is Rutherford B. Hayes to 2020. And, Barack Obama called this out. He said, Democrats as a whole, we don't have clean hands, you know, like we have to admit, like, you know, as a party in those days that, and let's be honest, there were no good people in 1876 in those areas. There are very, very few outstanding individuals, but it's crazy to see the flip-flopping of the parties and the ideologies throughout time. And, you know, I think it's trippy to hear this guy say, you know, formerly being a Republican.
Of Republicans to be so hypocritical about the things they claim to hold dear. Things like military service, things like patriotism, things like adherence to our Constitution, the flag and the troops, and, you know, all the jingoistic nonsense that they claim to be behind. And then watching Donald Trump just ride roughshod over those concepts. We've already heard from John Kelly, 4-star United States Marine Corps general, a terrible person who believes fundamentally in bad ideas for America, but not a liar. John Kelly's not a liar. And we know what he has said. We know what he has confirmed that are the words of Donald Trump relative to suckers and losers, being embarrassed by wounded warriors. Just all of the worst inclinations of Donald Trump have been confirmed by people like John Kelly, people like Mark Milley. So when this clip rolled yesterday, when Donald Trump gave his speech in New York City, it was not shocking to me. I was not surprised by it, but it's still alarming that a former president, someone who wants to...
Did he say this recently? I thought this, you know what? It's so hard to keep up with the crazy shit that Donald Trump says that sometimes people tell me something and I'm like, yeah, didn't he say that a long time ago? And it's just like something new that came up, but it's just as insane as everything else that he's ever said. So I just kind of like think that it happened 10 years ago.
Who aspires to once again be president of the United States, the commander-in-chief of our military, tells an outrageous lie that carries with it disrespect for the ultimate sacrifice in military service to our country. And it's Donald...
Ruby, I think you mean liberal and libertarian. Liberals meaning left, and then libertarian meaning, yeah, typically aligned with the right, yeah.
Trump explaining that a general, a grizzled, steely-eyed warrior who's witnessed men in combat die, told Donald Trump, sir, the most brave thing I've ever seen is when you debated Hillary Clinton. Because Donald Trump does believe himself to be brave. Donald Trump does believe it was brave.
Dude, everybody's seen Donald Trump's body. That body was not made for fighting. That body was made for devouring Big Macs and steaks with ketchup.
Of him, that it was courageous to face a question in a presidential debate with Hillary Clinton about him wanting to grab women by the p***. Watch this.
But I went onto that stage just a few days later, and a general who's a fantastic general actually said to me, sir, I've been on the battlefield, men have gone down on my left and on my right. I stood on hills where soldiers were killed. But I believe the bravest thing I've ever seen was the night you went onto that stage with Hillary Clinton after what happened. And then that woman asked you the first question about it. And I said, locker room talk. It's locker room talk. What the hell? What are you talking?
Dude, listen to him too. They love him. It's so gross. They're like, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing I've said a million times. I'm going to say it again. I've been in lots of locker rooms. There's lots of dumb shit that gets said. None of them involve sexually assaulting people. Generally, sexually assaulting people is off the table. Most people not really into it. Unless, of course, you're someone that sexually assaults people.
Locker room talk. That
yeah,
was
it's
not
the
a
guy
great...
from the insurance commercials, right, Foxy?
Donald Trump is a physical coward.
Redonk, no being
He's
a tyrant.
Weakling. And anyone who sat there in that crowd or watched it on video or is watching it now and admires the things that he is saying is also a weak and feckless coward. One, the story did not happen. No combat experienced general from the United States military who witnessed men going down on his right and down on his left told Donald Trump that the most brave thing they've ever witnessed is Donald Trump debating Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, no.
This is disrespectful for the...
And this is what I'm saying, too. This is some tyrant type shit. Like I said, I've read quite a bit on Napoleon. I love Napoleon personally as far as his tactics and you know, his mathematical abilities and you know, as far as France goes, I mean, he did a lot for France. But, you know, I think that one of the things that's undeniable about people like Napoleon was they're tyrannical. Like, he, at least in the form of controlling of government and citizenry, he did things and he said things that were so bombastic and so crazy that you wouldn't think anybody would believe them. I mean, Napoleon said at some point or another that out of the entire country of France, only like 100 people voted no for him to be the emperor. Like, Donald Trump says things that you're like, no one believes that, right? And people are like, yeah. Like, no. There's absolutely no way that a general that saw combat, that has been around actual heroic, like, instances, has ever said to Donald Trump that the most heroic thing he's ever seen was him debating Hillary Clinton. That's insanity, and anybody who believes that shit, you guys you're drinking the Kool-Aid. And I hope it's Great Blue Dini, because Great Blue Dini was delicious.
Those who do sacrifice in the ultimate way of giving their life to a cause they believe greater than themselves. It's disrespectful to that. It's akin to him going on the Howard Stern show back in the 90s or whenever, saying that his personal Vietnam was not getting a sexually transmitted disease from sleeping around so much after having evaded the draft, dodged his country's call to service.
Oh, man.
Because
Lieutenant Bone Spurs.
His bone spurs, y'all, they were hurtsies. But Republicans who are...
All right, if you want to watch the rest of the video, Donald Trump claims debating Hillary Clinton took more courage than dying in combat. Jesse Dollemore. Also, if you're in the Discord, here we're going to get the Discord going again. Jesus Christ. The shit this guy says, man. Donald Trump is verifiably, in my opinion, my non-professorial, non-doctor, non-PhD having, I think he's mentally ill. I don't, narcissism for sure. I think, you know, if there's ever been an example of narcissism, Donald Trump's got to be it, right? You could put him in the DS5 or whatever it is, and put his picture in there, maybe some videos We are people of the future of technology. I think that we could put him right up in there and we just give some examples of narcissism. But I also think he has to be declining mentally, because it's either that or his grift is just so hard. He just knows people will believe anything. I can't believe that anybody would think that any intelligent human being would listen and believe the shit he says. Illness or education, guys? Donald Trump. Illness or education? Which one do you guys think it is? Here's the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, all of these videos that we watch are generally posted in the Discord by viewers for me to watch, for you to watch. So if we watch, half of it, I try not to watch the whole video. I try to make my comments. Try to have a good time, try to catch up on the news with you guys, but I try not to take the entirety of these people's content and use it for my own use. So if you want to watch these videos, go check them out. Give Jesse Delamore a subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button, watch the video, and leave him a good comment, because we all know that the Trumpers are going to leave some comments. They like to leave comments. It's like their favorite thing to do. That is the Discord. Feel free to jump up in there. Bucket saying illness. DJ saying illness. I'm going mental illness. Illness, not education. I'm really happy that so many of you are clicking the correct your. I'm just really happy about that right now. The Discord is not only less toxic than a Rust server, it is also one of the most beautiful places you can be. And you can post music in the Discord. You can post your favorite movies or TV series. I won't judge you. I won't judge you if you want to watch some K-drama. I won't judge you if you're still watching The Office 15 years later. I do too. It's okay. It's a good show. I modeled my entire work behavior after Dwight Schrute. That's how I became the manager. Exactly. Assistant to the regional manager. All right, watch Matt Getz get humiliated as he's presented a fake award for his Venmo use. I could not. I had to watch this video. Grapey McForehead getting pranked. There is quite possibly only one thing that I would ever want to see more in my life than that, and that is him getting tossed out of office. So let's watch this. This is fair and balanced. He looks a lot like Jesse Delamore's background, but they're a different person. They are a different person. Also, now my videos are starting to look like their videos. I think I might be a little late to the game.
So last week, Matt Gaetz traveled to northeastern Ohio, where he was kind of one of the guest of honors at a local Republican Party chapter's Christmas party. So everybody's there. They promised a great time. They had a cash bar. They had a DJ, right? Sounds like a fun evening. And
all right, Matt Getz, education or illness. We'll throw in as a third one, likes to hang out at high schools.
And their guest of honor, Matt Gaetz, was bestowed an award
I want to see it when you're
that
done.
I don't think he wanted to accept at all. An activist, or maybe just a disgruntled Republican. The reports are kind of conflicting on that. Some people say that it was just a clever troll. Others say that it was a Republican who was there. Either way, this individual gave Matt Gaetz an award, and it wasn't what Gaetz was expecting. So take a look at what happened.
Oh, Matt Gaetz, we have an award for you.
Oh, my
God. My name is Michael. I'm with the Strongsville GOP.
Dude, and the best thing about this, now, Redonk, were you the one that called last week? Michael Picard has that Danny DeVito humor, right? Like, the little, like, looks like he could, he was the Penguin in Batman. Michael Picard has, like, the look for it, right? And let's be honest, when you talk about the MAGA crowd and the circus surrounding the MAGA crowd, the weirder you look, the stranger you are, the more accepted you're going to be. So Michael Picard probably just slid right up in that. Just like slid right up in it. No one even, took one look at that dude and they were like, you are one of us. One of us. Oh, dude, I got to make a clip of that. One of us. One of us. Oh, man.
The 2023 Strongsville GOP Award Thank you also. Congratulations for your dedication using Venmo to allegedly paying underage girls. You're so full of it.
Oh, for anybody who didn't hear that, he said, you get the Venmo award for using Venmo to pay for sex with underage girls. Oh my God, that is the balls on this man. This man has his, like this big. Holy shot. That is, oh, let's watch that one more time. Here, let's go one more time. That was amazing. That was probably the best thing I've seen all year.
Thank you also. Congratulations for your dedication using Venmo to allegedly paying underage girls.
Allegedly.
You're so full of it.
Allegedly. Oh, man.
Thank you all so much.
He said thank you. He still accepted it and still said thank you so much. You can't make this stuff up, man. Oh my God.
An award for using Venmo to, you know, do the things Matt Gaetz was allegedly doing on Venmo. I say allegedly. I mean, the Daily Beast did get those, you know, Venmo transactions. So we know he was doing things, but he swears it was totally innocuous. You know, he was just helping out some people. Just being a good guy, Venmoing them some cash every now and then for reasons that we don't need to know anything about, right? Because he's totally innocent and this is all a bunch of hogwash. Well, according to the DOJ, absolutely, right? They didn't want to charge him for anything. Now, what's going on?
But didn't they reopen? Yeah, okay, is he about to talk about that? They reopened the House Ethics Committee. Didn't McCarthy on his way out the door, which I hope you guys saw that thing where McCarthy's just flamed the Republicans on the way out the door. Okay, I am from Bakersfield, California. I think Kevin McCarthy is a terrible person, absolutely shit at his job. If you've ever been to Bakersfield, you can confirm that he is very bad at his job. But I have never been prouder of Kevin McCarthy than when he said that the Republican Party is a sham and the Democrats actually look like America. You know you've fallen far. You know your party is on fire. Complete just rubbish, just a trash can rolling down a hill on fire when Kevin McCarthy comes out and calls you guys out. That is so sad. That is so sad.
But the House Ethics Committee, on the other hand,
Penguin!
is a completely different story. So, Matt Gaetz, as we all know, is facing an expanded investigation by the House Ethics Committee. They will soon be hearing from witnesses with regard to Matt Gaetz's behavior. So I'm sure that the last thing Matt Gaetz wanted to deal with when he went to Ohio was to be trolled by somebody who reminded everyone in that crowd that the guest of honor might actually be a pretty big creep. Now, as you saw in the...
Did you guys see Raskin? Jamie Raskin just torching Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan caught all the strays. Oh, it's right there. Here we go. Why am I even doing this? Let's watch it. I know that we're trying to get to everybody else's here, but I want you guys to watch this.
What about
this is amazing.
About the CEOs of the businesses? Maybe they are not performing to her satisfaction either. And indeed, maybe there are college presidents who've looked the other way in not hypothetical cases of anti-Semitism and racism, but real cases of anti-Semitism and racism. What about them? Are we going to let them go, or are we going to go after them? Maybe we should determine who the worst are before we start using the resources of the House of Representatives to call for people to resign. Are there college presidents, by the way, who looked the other way when there was sexual abuse of college male wrestling team members, rape of students, or female gymnasts, or female soccer players?
Oh, dude, you know Jim Jordan is just sitting there, just seething, absolutely seething. I love Jamie Raskin. Jamie Raskin, I am so happy that Jamie Raskin is in politics. Jamie Raskin is amazing. And let's be honest, what they're talking about here is what that woman from Harvard said. And what she said, in my opinion, was not acceptable. And mind you, you know, people make mistakes and people say things that you know, maybe are taken out of context. But what she said was something along the lines of, somebody asked her the question of whether or not it was against Harvard's rules that people were making death threats and anti-Semitic threats of violence against Harvard students. And she said that it wasn't against Harvard's, you know, whatever rules for that kind of stuff. And the craziest thing about this, and this is what I'm going to say, is she came out a day later and she explained and apologized and said it was the heat of the moment. They had, you know, asked me a lot of things. They had got me worked up. And then I said that, and I shouldn't have said that. These are the same group of people that are accepting Alex Jones coming back onto X, giving Alex Jones another platform after Alex Jones, I don't give a shit what Alex Jones said. All I did was cover. I was just covering it. I didn't say anything. Alex Jones denied that children were massacred in a mass shooting. He's a terrible human being, and he should never be spoken to ever, ever, ever again. Never should be seen in public again. He should go hide in a hole in a cave in Jonestown where he belongs. Redunk that shit, boy, and I'm going to shit all over him, okay? Alex Jones is a garbage human being. Alex Jones called into question whether or not children were shot and murdered, and whether or not they really, if these people really, if they were their children. Alex Jones is a horrific, terrible, disgusting piece of shit. And I can go further, but I'm going to stop. The fact that these people, their whole reasoning behind having Alex Jones come back onto that on the X is because he apologized. He said he was sorry. He was only just covering the story. Well, that's a little bit hypocritical, just mildly, when this woman comes out a day later. I guarantee you, Alex Jones denied and declined to apologize for years after making those statements. The only time that he ever actually apologized was when he was being held accountable for his actions in a court of law civilly. That's the only time he ever apologized. This woman, the very next day, said she was sorry, said that she misspoke, said that, you know, she, whatever she needs to do, she will make up for what she said. But the same people that don't want to accept her apology are more than happy to accept the apology of a person who denied the killing of children. That should make you feel ill. It makes me feel mad. It makes me real angry. When it comes to children, man, the gloves are off. The gloves are off. All right. Here we go. I don't care. Dude, you gonna tell me 3/4 of Twitter disagrees? You think I give a shit about 3/4 of Twitter? 3/4 of Twitter can go find themselves a trash can and dive directly into it while it's on fire, bro. Like, push that shit down a hill. Twitter is a cesspit, and thank God for Foxy and Seb for introducing me to the, like, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 out of how many millions of people on that platform that aren't actually insane. Twitter is garbage. Elon is garbage. Here, let me just say this, because I said this the other night when I was with my wife. I used to watch Joe Rogan. I like Joe. I've been to Joe's comedy in person. But I will say this on stream right now. Fuck Alex Jones. Fuck Joe Rogan. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck Andrew Tate. Fuck Vivek. And fuck anybody that supports calling into question children being murdered at school. Fuck anybody and everybody. if you are watching this stream and you support that man saying that shit, unsubscribe. Because fuck you too. That's my actual feelings on that. Because that's fucking, like, that's insanity. I'm going to stop cursing so much now because now my video is going to get flagged. Insanity. Insanity to support a person saying that about children dying. Insanity. Okay, anyways, this is appropriate. This is appropriate. Now we're going to watch the Everything's Fine video that Redonk posted. All right.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I know why you posted this, Redonk, because I'm the person that says everything's fine. It seems as though, Artie, you know, I have to say this. There are a lot of very intelligent people that I was introduced to through the Joe Rogan podcast. I went and saw Brian Cox, who is a physicist, a astrophysicist, amazing human being. And I learned about him from Joe Rogan. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I learned about him from Joe Rogan. Steven Pinker, I learned about him through Joe Rogan. Jonathan Haidt, learned about him through Joe Rogan. I love all of these people, but I'm going to just tell you this right now. Joe Rogan got triggered during COVID, and he has not came back since then. He hasn't. His content has gotten worse and worse since then and has become more and more conspiracy-minded since then. And I believe in a path to redemption, other than people like Alex Jones. And Andrew Tate. Alex Jones and Andrew Tate, go crawl in a hole, dude, and bury yourself. Bring the dirt down on top of your head. But everybody else gets a path to redemption, except for people that do shit like them or people that support them. But I hope that Joe gets it together, because those days of those podcasts, those were very good podcasts, and that's what made him famous. And like I said, I found some good people through those podcasts, so I don't regret my time. All right. You posted it. I know this was directed at me, Redonk.
So I'm supposed to change your mind that everything's fine?
Yeah, I think everything's fine.
Like in the world?
Yeah, just in general.
Dude, I love her sigh. I love how she's like, whew, how am I going to approach this?
No, you can't, right?
What do you mean?
Right now, everything's fine?
Yeah.
The look in your eye is telling me that that's not true.
Do you agree with me that everything is fine?
I mean, I'm kind of here with that. I mean, I've been ignoring everything, so as far as I'm concerned.
Whenever I have something I think about that makes me distressed, I just stop thinking about it.
No, I totally agree with that sentiment.
Have you heard about what's going on in Ukraine?
What's going on in Ukraine?
Putin's invading.
Dude, this camera angle.
Yeah.
Redonk.
That's not very fine.
Why not?
I don't read the news.
Because they're threatening the sovereignty of that country, and they do not have the right to do that.
Maybe just stop thinking about it. The only thing I think is not fine is people getting stressed out about like stuff that doesn't matter.
I mean, you know, I think the obvious retort to that is, you know, to those people, those things do matter. But, you know, if they just convince themselves they didn't.
Yeah, like, you know, if they just stopped caring about it, then they'd be fine.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, there's an old quote I like.
This is what you do to
let go or
your
be
girl,
dragged.
Redonk?
I think they need to let go.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I say let go.
Of Ukraine.
Well, I don't...
What about the protest going on today?
Which one?
The ones in the Beltway. All the truckers coming down from Ottawa.
That's fine.
Why?
Oh, is this in Canada?
What's wrong with that?
They're upset.
My Canadians, where is this?
They can be upset. That's okay.
I don't know about that one.
Let it go. Look how much stress it's causing everybody.
Well, I mean, that's for sure. Stressful situation overall.
So I heard the other guy talk about Ukraine. I wanted to know your opinion on why that would make everything fine.
I just stop thinking about it.
But what about the people in Ukraine who might be losing their lives?
I don't think about them.
But then everything's fine to you and not to them. Russia's about to invade Ukraine. Joe Biden is doing nothing about it. China's looking at this with a lot of excitement, invading Taiwan, invading Hong Kong. We don't know if in 20, 30 years there's going to be an increase in an alliance with Russia and China. And then in the future they might even start a war with the West. and that's going to directly invade your life. What if we're living in a nuclear world? What if there are nuclear bombs being...
Have you played Fallout?
No, unfortunately no.
No.
Cool. It's like you walk around. It's like a radiated waste. There's like these ghouls
Hold
that
on.
attack you.
Now I know why Redonk posted this, because it's talking about Fallout. Oh my God. I don't really care. What is it? Wasn't there? Her shirt said, "I don't really care. Do you either?" or something like that. I think if you're the First Lady of the United States, you have to care. I think that's important. Redonk, I agree with you. In my life, every day I get up, I go to work, I come home, I have a wonderful family, I have beautiful children that are amazing and awesome human beings. But would I say everything's fine? Saying everything's fine in my life is definitely one thing. But saying whether or not everything is fine if I choose to not pay attention to any of the negative things that are going on in the world is a whole nother thing. Because I've always told people, I talk to people about conspiracy theory and all that stuff, and my answer is almost always, what can you do about it? So I think that you should always ask yourself, what can I do about it? And if it's just like mindless, like negativity, if you're just going to sit there and you're just going to be angry, if you're going to be sad, if you're going to be depressed, if you're going to in some way actually the only actions you're taking are like negatively impacting those around you, then you're doing something wrong. But I think that saying everything is fine for you actually should provide you with the opportunity to help others. I think that that's pretty important, actually. And I think that the way you do that is by leading by example. I think that our actions can be far-reaching, but I think that to have them be far-reaching, you have to have a little bit of luck and you have to have a lot of work to make that happen. So for like everyday people saying everything is fine, I don't think there's anything wrong with people like enjoying their lives. You should enjoy your life. And in fact, you should lead by example by showing everybody that despite the fact that there are a lot of things wrong with what's going on in the world, that you can still have a good life, that you can still be positive. But that doesn't mean that you don't think about things. I think that you do have to invest. I think you do have to enjoy your life at the same time as looking into how you could possibly affect others in a positive way. I think that as human beings, we're somewhere between cats and ants, and I think that the catness wants to just say, oh yeah, like everything's fine. I don't have to do anything. I just care about myself. Whereas the antiness wants us to always remember that community is very important and that we can affect our community specific on like a micro level. We can affect like what goes on around us. We can affect like the people that we hang out with. We can affect like our wives, our children. I think that if I took for example, as a parent, if I took the attitude everything's fine, I would be doing a disservice to my children. Because my children are growing up in this world. My children are going to have to go out into this world, and they're going to experience it in many different ways that I didn't experience it. Specifically, different from how I experienced it because of the way that I grew up. So I think when you say everything's fine, it's okay to have a positive and good attitude about things, but you also have to understand what isn't fine about what's going on in the world, and you have to, especially as a parent, be able to take in those things and talk to your children about how things are going and the things that they're going to experience in their lives. Specifically, things like climate change. That's one of the problems with climate change is everybody goes, well, it's not going to happen in my lifetime. Well, then what about your children? Do you care about your children? Do you care about your grandchildren? Do you care about like other people? Like I said, when we talk about things like Sandy Hook, those aren't my children, but I really do care that someone made those people's lives suck. Like that's, to me, that there's a distinctly human part of this experience that involves caring about whether or not things are okay for others, not just for you. So I wouldn't say it's bad to accept that your life personally isn't a good place, as mine is. But at the same time, be able to affect change for others to help them have better lives as well. Because this guy's right. Over in Ukraine, those people's lives aren't good. It sounds like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. The news and social media really doesn't want you to think everything is fine. No, I agree with that. If we're talking about media and its effect on people, I think that it's adverse. I saw that thing you posted about Al Gore saying that social media needs to be banned. My personal opinion on social media being banned is actually probably a little bit on the controversial side, because I would agree that social media is probably more negative for society than positive, but I could definitely be wrong about that. I mean, you would have to weigh integration of like things like this, where we're getting to see things and we're getting to work with people from like across the world. I get to talk to people in Canada and everywhere else. But at the same time, I think that like social media is so bad for us, and the media where it is now generally is actually really bad for us too. But that doesn't mean, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What does worrying about Ukraine do for Ukraine? That's like thoughts and prayers? No, I agree. I 100% agree. Just thinking about things isn't enough. You should do things. Yeah, you should look to reach out to other like-minded people to attempt to affect change if you care about it. Like if you were to ask me about Ukraine versus Russia, I would want to talk about it on a much bigger scale, and I would talk about the fact that if like it was something that like I said, I'm trying to get a hold of Brianna Wu right now. I'm trying to find my way into a place that I can affect change. That's what you should do. No, I 100% agree with you. I think that if you're just going to sit around and be depressed about it, if you're going to sit around and just be negative about it, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. If you're that concerned about something, you should be like Foxy. You should be like Seb. I don't want to tell you to be like me, but you should do things that do affect actual change, not just sit around and think about it. Even by doing this live stream, I do attempt to reach out to help other people become aware of these things, to hopefully affect change for them, to make them want to also go do these things. Like I said, I'm a person who practices what I preach. I am constantly sending people emails. That's how I got in touch with Angela Knight. I send people emails all the time. I've sent emails to Rin. I've sent emails to Destiny. I've sent emails to Brianna Wu. I sent emails to Katrina Christensen, to John Anthony Castro. Every one of them is, in effect, attempting to get myself into a place where I can affect change that matters. And I think that every person that gives a shit should do that. But if you don't, then you don't. That's fine. But you also have to agree at that point that when you start arguing with people about things like Ukraine, when you start arguing with people about Israel, Hamas, when you start arguing with people about Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, that your opinion doesn't matter as much as theirs does, because you don't care and they do. Like that is one thing that we have to like kind of like, suss out of all that stuff, is if you're just going to sit around and just go, well, everything's fine and I don't care, then you also don't get to, have your opinion on, whether or not Ukraine should be fighting back, or we should be giving, tax dollars to Ukraine, because you don't care. You think everything's fine. That's my opinion. Once again, just my opinion. Yeah, apathy leads to apathy is what the negative form of humanity, that is how they win. When we apply apathy to things like shootings in schools, when we say things like, common sense gun laws, who cares, nothing's going to do anything better, like there's too many guns out there already, then yeah, like nothing's going to get better. Nothing's going to get better. And like I said, me and you have talked about children, Redonk. Like it's like, if I want my kids to be safer in schools, I can't just sit at home and be upset about like what's going on with gun control. I have to advocate for gun control. I have to have the balls to get on camera and say these things, knowing that there are going to be people. I've had people make death threats. I've had people tell me to go off myself. I've had people, say some of the worst things you can say to a human being to me. I could choose to not do these things, but because I want to affect change, because I feel it's important, because even though everything's good in my life, I know that it's not for others, and it could be worse for my children when they grow older, that I want to affect change, and I want to go out there and I want to do something. So that's kind of how I feel about those things. I always tell the people who work for me, I don't want to hear what wasn't done. I want to hear how you went out of your way to correct it. I say the same thing, Artie, in the way of, like, I tell people all the time, if you make a mistake, all I want to know is that you are thinking about what you're doing when you made the mistake. So if I come to you and I say, hey, why did you do something? And they say, well, I don't know, it just happened like that, okay, then you weren't thinking. Now we have a problem. But if you say something to me along the lines of, well, I was trying to do it because of X, and then this happened, and this happened. Well, I know that you're trying. I know that you're putting forth effort, and that's actually what matters, is the effort is what matters. If you're trying to affect change, then the effort is what matters. Tired of hearing people talk about causes knowing they contribute nothing other than talk. Yeah, I think Bill Burr, when I went and saw Bill Burr a couple months ago, he had a great joke about the Black Lives Matter movement. And he was talking about how he's like, you put some shit up on Twitter. Good job. Like, do you think you solved anything by doing that? Do you think that because Aunt Karen put Black Lives Matter on her Twitter that something changed? And, you know, there is some positive to that. There is positive in showing unity. There is positive in showing, you know, support. But is that enough is the question. And is it, if you're sitting around saying things are so terrible, then no, it's not enough. And you have to admit that. And I do think that that's important. And I do like your opinion that you're saying, you know, what I should be doing is fixing things that I know that I can fix, because that's one of the biggest problems with humanity right now, is that we all think we should have a myriad amount of opinions on a myriad amount of subjects. And some of these subjects are incredibly complex and complicated. You know, I've had viewers that have unsubscribed because I don't want to get deep into the conversation about Israel and Hamas. I have said before that my opinion stands on the fact that any innocent people on either side that are dying, that have nothing to do with this conflict, are victims, and that's horrible for those people. That's as far as I'm going. And the reason that I say that is because when you look at something like Israel and Hamas, it is incredibly complicated. It is incredibly convoluted. And we used to, at one point or another in our culture, look towards people that had spent their entire lives, historians and scholars that made it their entire life's work to study conflicts in the Middle East. And those people were the ones that came out and said, hey, this is what's going on. This is why we have this opinion on it. And you went, oh, okay, well, the experts know what's going on. Like that's what we used to do. And now with the advent of the internet, everybody wants to say, I know what is right. I know how to fix things. And to be honest with you, that's not how human society works. I'm not an artist. You know, I love uniformity. I'm very good at organizing things. At my job as a manager, what I do is I put people in places that most benefit them, because those places don't benefit me. I'm the person that the overarching theme for me is to put people in places where they can do the best job they can, so that way I can do the best job I can. And I think that that's a very important part of our society that seems to be falling apart, is everybody wants to be good at everything, or at least say they are. And then when somebody that has more experience or more know-how comes in and says that's not right, we all do that. So many people did that, okay? So many people did that during COVID. How many people came out and said, the vaccine isn't this, Fauci doesn't know anything about this, blah, blah, blah. And tons of people jumped on that wagon and were like, yeah, screw that guy. Well, he's the top virologist in the entire country. If there's anybody that you should be listening to, it should be the top virologist in the entire country. And I'm not even saying that he's correct. I'm saying that he's the person that is most likely to be correct. What was so divisive about a tool video? Did you question hold on. Are you guys talking to each other? Sorry. The internet broke the human race a little bit. I think so too. I agree with that. Okay, you guys are talking about other stuff, so I'm going to let you guys go on that. We're going to continue watching the video.
You know, you get guns, bang, bang.
I think actually I get the video. Let's not take this guy's views. He's got 485K subscribers. This is from a year ago. This is my alt account, but we'll sub on that one too. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit my like button too, guys. I know you guys already laughed at the like button comment and moved on. What do you guys think? Illness or education for that guy? I'm going with education. This one's from Peachtree. I want to say it was Peachtree. It's from 5 days ago, and it's from. I like all the ones when you guys give me videos that I have never seen the person that I'm watching. So I've never seen anything from Journeyman Pictures. Let's watch a little bit of this. This is a 51-minute one. We won't go all Lex Friedman on this one. We'll only watch the beginning.
COVID-19.
The guy is brilliant.
I blow the wind of God. The wind of God.
Oh my God.
On you.
Okay, I am not a conspiracy theorist, but if I have ever seen a human being that might actually be a demon, it's this dude. What is his name? Is this Kenneth Copeland? Is this guy? Kenneth Copeland, right?
This virus is nowhere near the numbers they're saying. The data is wrong. This is corruption.
Oh, look, this video goes right along with what I was just saying.
Beyond belief.
How many vaccines have you had? Have you been
Dude, this is my former customer right here. For those of you who don't know, I manage a health food store. Don't dox me, bro, okay? I manage a health food store, and I have been on the front lines watching the very change that this gentleman right here has went through. This gentleman, I guarantee you, about a year to 2 years ago, no, farther than that, sorry, COVID has distorted time. 4 to 5 years ago, this guy would be what we called a grow bro, okay? And the grow bro would be a gentleman who despised the government, lived off EBT, bought killed chips and kombucha with his EBT card and talked mad shit about the government. But he was also still very left-wing in the fact that, you know, like he despised the Republicans. He would say all kinds of, you know, bad things about conservatives, and he'd stand up for women's rights, and, you know, he'd have the gay pride flag. Now this gentleman wears Statue of Liberty shirts, probably has a Trump flag on the back of what we call a brodozer, which is a lifted truck that he paid with from the money that he grew weed, okay? And use his EBT card. This is a very strange thing that, in my opinion, needs to be studied, okay? The last thing this guy ate was a grilled cheese in the parking lot. You know that shit. It is crazy to watch. And like I said, I keep saying this, guys. I know I'm right about this one. All of those people used to be on the left, the big anti-big pharma, anti-vax, pro-LGBT, pro-women's rights, anti-government, and they all went over to the right during COVID because their vax beliefs drugged them over to that side. I have a friend who his wife, he got divorced from her because of QAnon. And she was like, you know, the type of person to go to pride parades and like full on support, fly the rainbow flag, shout down anybody that said anything against homosexuality. And now she literally believes that homosexuality is a government plot to depopulate the human race. That's how insane this stuff has gotten, guys. That's how insane it's
Good little Nazi!
These are the companies that gave us the opioid crisis.
Oh, RFK!
Why does anybody think we can trust them?
I would not.
Okay, and me and Redonk are gonna fight on him too. The fact that he thinks that vaccines cause autism makes me so upset. Very, very upset.
Eliminate execution as an appropriate punishment.
The logo for Biden, it's not the letter E, it's 3 straight red lines. It's 666 in Hebrew.
This is Satan's last hurrah, because he's really the ruler of this planet.
Humanless technology, that's what we're talking about when we say 5G kills.
666.
Back off! We're a bunch of women!
We could dismember, we could fall apart.
What are you gonna do, arrest me?
No! Up, ma'am. Hold on, time for another shameless plug. There is a video called, what is it? QAnon Karen. I did a video on QAnon Karen. If you guys want to ever watch like a crazy video on a one of the anti-maskers during COVID, I made a video called QAnon Karen, and it is absolutely out of control.
We were getting ready to win this election.
He wasn't wrong about
Frankly, we did win this election.
He's wrong about that.
Create apprehension, hatred, distrust.
This is a battle about what the truth actually is.
Oh, of course they showed a Raiders game.
Do you think aliens are still visiting Earth now?
Yes.
Truth isn't truth. This is unreal. This whole nation's gonna flip on the streets.
The struggles politically over the next 10 or 20 years are about what reality we actually live in.
That's so crazy. How crazy is that? Yeah, you saw that, Redonk. Redonk, are you a Cardinals fan now? I gotta ask you that. Is Cowboys, bro. Nothing hurts my feelings more than when they say the Cowboys are America's team. That shit hurts my feelings. If only all these Trump trolls knew that's all they actually had to say. All the other shit where they call me names, tell me to off myself, call me a moron, all that stuff never hurts my feelings. All they have to say is the Cowboys are America's team, and I just I'd shrivel up into a small ball. If you can't resist the Karen story, check that out. QAnon Karen. It's one of my not older. I think it's like 3 months old. Older content though. When I was doing reaction content.
Earth is that?
What is it?
No, Artie, we're not talking about the Cowboys, bro. Fuck that.
Big, huge, yellow glow out there.
Especially after last week.
You may be the first television audience to see a flying saucer.
Ah, the good old days.
Hundreds of reports of strange objects in the sky have been filed with the Air Force.
It was such a simpler time. I 100% believe that the internet just blew the doors off of all this stuff. Blew the doors off of reality. Okay, illness or education. This one's an easy one. Illness or education. And Redonk, don't say things like the 49ers, they can't go to the Super Bowl. Eagles and 49ers are probably going to play in the conference again, conference championship, because we are going to get our shit together. It's going to happen. Where are all those old farts getting that kind of energy? I believe it's cocaine and cocaine accessories.
Here on this map are pinpointed locations
this is everything
where
I was
some
just
30
saying.
saucers have been sighted and are still unexplained.
I love watching this old stuff.
I was a counterintelligence specialist. I handled counterintelligence operations for the United States Air Force. Back in the early 80s, we had a drone program at Kirtland Air Force Base, highly classified back then. So people would see these things flying around Kirtland Air Force Base, and we tried to deceive them or fool them to think that what they were seeing was in fact UFOs.
And then it seemed to just go together.
My whole thing with aliens, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I believe in extraterrestrial life because I believe statistically it is plausible with a number of galaxies out there. And I believe it's insanely hubristic of us as human beings to believe that extraterrestrials don't exist. But I refuse to believe that they visited Earth until I see some proof. And I've had all kinds of friends. I've had friends throughout the history of my life that have said they have seen aliens. I've had friends that have said they've seen videos of aliens. But I have never seen convincing evidence that something from another world has visited ours. And I will tell you this, guys. If anybody's got it, I want to see it. I want to see it. It's just like magic. I want magic to be real too, okay? When David Copperfield, for those of you that are my age, when David Copperfield used to make the trains disappear, I wanted that train to have disappeared. I wanted it to have gone to another goddamn dimension, okay? But then almost always somebody was like, no, when they put the thing over it and then the camera pans away and then the train disappears, it's all smoke and mirrors, okay? I want David Blaine to actually be able to float. I want to see the aliens. But until I see evidence of the aliens, I can't believe any of these people.
They make a ball and fly out into that field.
I've seen some shit.
We co-opted news organizations, local news media. And we planted stories, and they went along with it because they didn't know the truth.
How widespread was this operation?
Oh, it was very widespread. It went all the way up through the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And then from there, it would go up to the director of Central Intelligence.
All right. Now, taking into account some of you aren't going to agree with me about whether or not aliens have visited Earth or not, and I'm okay with that. I want you guys to know I am a man of the people. I appreciate all of your opinions, and if you believe that aliens have visited Earth, I will not naysay you. I am just saying from my point of view that until I get shown evidence that I can't believe it. I believe that you believe it, but I can't, okay? Illness or education for this gentleman?
Intelligence. And then from there, it would go to the White House.
Looked like a big cigar shape with light lit from both ends.
Okay, wait. Illness or education for that gentleman? I'm going education like 1,000%.
The lies you told about UFOs damaged the public's trust in the
Oh,
media.
wait. Okay, Ruby wins. Guys, go ahead. Cut the tape. It's over. Ring the bell. Ruby wins. That man is grifting.
Yes, I'd have to say, unfortunately,
hard
it did.
grift.
Because when the real story came out sometime later, they were deceived by the media. Yeah.
And just as we start down the woods, well, it went up through the trees.
Oh, man.
Do you believe it weakened the public's trust in the government as well?
Well, yes, the public was deceived by the government, and for all these years, the government is still deceiving the public.
If you asked Americans whether they had faith in the government to do the right thing in the mid-1960s, 77% of them say, yes, I've got faith in the government.
No shit.
Ask not
JFK.
what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
We go through Vietnam. We go through Nixon.
Oh, my God. I didn't know he did this.
That was a classic case where people suddenly realized that the people in the White House were a bunch of crooks.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook.
And they had overwhelming evidence of that.
Damn it, Nixon!
I've earned everything I've got.
Dude, I'm not shitting you. I'm not shitting you. Whether it's on the left or it's on the right, Bill Clinton and Richard Nixon ruined me for believing politicians when they say they didn't do something. Look, I don't believe the shit that's going on with Hunter Biden right now in any way should be, thrown on Joe Biden unless Joe Biden actually is proven, just like I said about the aliens, to have had some links to that, okay? But when Hunter Biden's up there and he's like, I didn't do that, I'm like, God damn it, though. All I see is Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton saying, it ruined me. This video is right. It ruined me. I can't watch anybody, even the people that I support, say they didn't do something in politics anymore without being like, nah, he's probably lying.
Phenomena like the Iran-Contra scandal.
By their very nature, covert operations or special activities are a lie.
By the time we hit the 1980s and Reagan, we're down to about 25% of Americans who say they trust the government.
One of Reagan's greatest crises involved the secret sale of weapons to Iran in violation of U.S. policy.
Oh, nah, Reagan?
We did not.
No way.
Did not trade weapons or anything else
guys.
for hostages.
Holy
you then
shot.
had the Iraq War and all the business about weapons of mass destruction.
My colleagues, every statement I make today is backed up by sources.
I think you're
solid
right.
sources. These are not assertions. What we're giving you are facts and conclusions based on solid intelligence.
I had perpetrated a hoax on the UN Security Council on February the 5th, 2003. Today, I feel some grievous remorse over it.
Oh, man.
Saddam Hussein and his regime
that guy
have made no effort,
because I know that shit's true,
to disarm as required by the international community.
Can you
walk me through the moment when you realized that mistake?
We learned it all during the summer of 2003, after the presentation.
Saddam Hussein and his regime are concealing their efforts to produce more weapons of mass destruction.
As Powell would walk through the door and tell me with a disconsolate look on his face, another pillar just collapsed, whether it was the stockpile of chemical and biological weapons or the biological weapons labs.
Imagine how I felt the day that they finally came in and said to me, well, you know, we don't have 4 independent sources for that biological warfare van. It's one guy, and he's loopy.
Oh, no.
And he's in a German jail, and we've never talked to him.
Dude, this is...
Hello?
It's a tell as old as time. Every single fucking time. It's like, so you guys have evidence? Like, yeah, we have this one guy. Wait, you have one guy? Yeah, and also he's on the run from the FBI right now. Wait, the guy that is going to tell us about the WMDs in Iraq is a crazy person that's running from the FBI right now. Yeah, but he's definitely dependable. Like, I continue to say this. I actually don't think that our government is a bunch of, like, shady conspiracy. I mean, they're all taking bribe money, but I don't think that they are a bunch of shady conspiracy theory characters. I think they're morons. I think they're idiots. I think that they are way over their head, and they get in there, and they hear from the one fucking loopy person the thing that they want to believe, and they're like, "We'll run with that." That's what I believe. I believe the Alan Moore quote that the world is not a world of conspiracy. It is a rudderless boat, and nobody is at the helm. We can't control it. We don't know where it's going. Conspiracies like the New World Order and the banks and Illuminati, that actually all makes us feel better, because when we think about those things, it gives us this idea that things are actually being controlled. But the real, actual scary part of this world is that nothing is being controlled, and it's almost impossible to control it. And we as human beings, look at your yards. If your grass gets too high, you cut it. If the trees get too close, you chop them down. If things in your life become disorderly, you order it. In fact, anybody in the history of man that does anything out of the ordinary, we dislike, because it's not controlled, it's not organized. So these conspiracy theories, in my opinion, make us feel better that something is being controlled or somebody's attempting to do it, even if it's somebody we don't like. That's my personal opinion.
Throughout the summer, Powell was essentially involved both publicly and privately in trying to rationalize what we'd done. It was not a bad war, it was a good war. Saddam Hussein was an evil person, he's gone, that's good.
And Saddam was an evil person, but that, yeah, you still...
All of it fell apart over the summer. By August, it was all gone.
I understood the consequences of that failure. Wow. I deeply regret that the information, some of the information, not all of it, some of the information I presented, which was multi-source, was wrong.
Can you give examples of other lies the U.S. has told to justify the use of force in the world?
If you want... Oh, no, you're right. Actually, you're right.
The most vivid case in my memory is the war I fought in, the Vietnam conflict.
I think I fixed it.
Until peace comes to South Vietnam, the Allied force is pledged to support, protect, and defend a nation fighting for its very life.
Oh, dude.
I was a first lieutenant and a captain in that war, and did my best to do what I was supposed to do for my country.
And all of these people have passed.
But I will tell you that when I found out later, there were several reasons we persisted in that war in Vietnam, and none of them were God, country, apple pie, mom, security, or anything else.
God, that video.
They were things like,
right,
could Lyndon Baines
picture.
Johnson get reelected if he cut and ran from Vietnam?
It is by Hanoi's choice and not ours, and not the rest of the world, that the war continues.
How does it make me feel? It makes me feel terrible. It makes me feel like my country has failed me. It makes me feel like my government has failed.
And that is the real sad part of all this stuff. The real sad part is that the people that were taken advantage of that later on become less and less trusting. These people that were used as pawns and manipulated, like I said, by people that didn't even have full control over what they were doing or any real idea what they were doing. Like, I really do believe that these people see pots of gold and they reach for it, and what gets in between them and that pot of gold doesn't matter. And I don't think they have firm plans. I don't think that they know what they're doing. I think that when they reach for that pot of gold, they don't care what they knock off the table on the way to it. They don't see the table. They're blind to everything but that pot of gold. That's how I feel about that stuff is, wow. All right. This looks like a really good video, and I maybe at one point or another would like to watch a lot more of this on stream, but I don't want to make it the whole night. Let's pop forward to some Trump stuff here. But it looks really good. This looks like an amazing video, Peachtree. Great video. Thank you for this video. This is awesome. Here, let's just go here. Let's see what this is.
Then the country succeeds.
USA, 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 USA.
What's happened in the U.S. is that the Republican Party in particular has started weaponizing that mistrust.
We are going to Washington, D.C., and we are going to drain the...
And then Trump, we're under 15.
Look at this guy in the back.
And we are going
Holy
to
shit, look at that
drain
guy.
the
He is
swamp.
on something.
So they've taken an old populist trick. The system's against you, but I'm for you. Let me rise above the corrupt system and lead you to a new bright future. Trump has done this to a T.
It's what happened with drain the swamp. It's a great phrase, but it's true.
No,
He's
it isn't.
taken on the government, dismissing much of it as the deep state.
Unelected deep state operatives who defy the voters to push their own
I'm with you on that, Redunk. I mean, I'm a very patriotic person. You know, my whole family is military, so
But
it's like,
his primary enemy has been the media.
always
The media
been
in this country is sold
all
out.
for all that.
There is no more
but I'm
journalism.
also,
There is
I
no more
tend
First
to
Amendment.
believe that you have to
It's
think
disgusting what they have done.
The media has been lying to us one too many times, and now we just don't believe them anymore.
So how did it come to this?
One step at a time, one lie at a time.
They are the
Holy
enemy
shit,
of the
that guy's
people.
scary.
Now more than ever, you see people going up to reporters and calling them out for their lies that they've told. But again, they've gotten brazen. You can't even reason with these people. They're lying to your face. They know they're lying to your face. All those people just need to shut up.
Hello, Pot.
This can be weaponized and manipulated and used by leaders. Because if they know that they're not going to be held accountable by their own supporters and that there aren't going to be severe electoral consequences for them, then it's more reasonable for them to lie.
Trump's a bullshitter. The bullshitter is more dangerous than the liar. Because the liar at least cares about where the truth is. He will just say whatever it is he thinks will be helpful, regardless of where the truth is.
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
The fact that people then started to talk about, alternative facts and alternative realities, and we're now living in a post-truth world and so on, what was really going on was the politicization of truth.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like...
No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth.
Go Trump! Trump 2020! This has gone so wide that things that would be counted as completely out of bounds are now being counted as true because there are media and social media that can reinforce that.
There you go, Rita.
Where
Wasim
can someone
Kassam.
go to get a crazy reading on what's really going on here?
Individuals on the street.
All right, well, we've seen a lot of that before, so that's pretty crazy though. Dude, I'm gonna go illness for the entire video, except for the poor vets that actually were involved in that. I wanted to watch this real quick. Scared ketchup.
Hey folks, it's me, your favorite president. I just wanted to hop on here to let you know
Dude,
that at
look
2
at that
p.m.
AI.
left coast time today,
Holy
episode
shit, it looks
26
just
of
like
the Trump Show will go live, and this one is a real doozy. In the meantime, say hello to the GOP's current biggest embarrassment, and boy, does that say a lot.
Hello, Mr. President. Thank you so much for having me on today. You are one of the only people left willing to give me airtime, and I really appreciate it.
No problem, Georgie girl. In these
What's
difficult
happening,
times, my
Angela?
viewers could really use a good laugh, and let's face it, you and your pathetic situation really inspire some good yucks.
Well, thank you, I think.
No problem, Georgina. So it's being reported today that every Democrat and at least 90 Republicans will be voting to have you expelled from Congress this week. So, dude, like, what's next for you? Dancing with the Stars, perhaps?
Yeah, I had my agent look into that, and apparently they don't want anything to do with me.
Oh God, could you see George Santos on Dancing for the Stars? Dude, he's a high-level volleyball player. He's very athletic, okay?
Jesus, that's got to sting. I mean, come on. That's the show that put on Kate Gosselin and Sean Spicer. They love you bottom-of-the-barrel types.
I know, right? It just doesn't make any sense.
Word on the street is that you're not planning on going quietly. Going to be spilling a little tea, are you?
Oh, you know it, sir. I'll be spilling tea, coffee, orange juice, milk, Coke, Sprite, and Dr. Pepper.
Are you saying you'll be revealing your fellow Republicans' secrets or practicing for your next gig as a waiter at IHOP?
I actually did apply at IHOP, but I haven't heard back.
Getting back to horrible TV shows that like to hire has-beens, have you thought about The Masked Singer?
Yes, I auditioned for that one.
Oh, really? How'd it go?
They wanted me, but they had way too many conditions.
Conditions? Like what?
Number one, I had to wear a very specific mask.
Oh, really? What was it?
A dung beetle.
A dung beetle, you say?
Yes, a dung beetle.
Any other conditions?
Yes, I also had to wear another mask under the dung beetle mask.
Well, that's a twist. What was the second mask?
Jared from Subway. And they said I wasn't allowed to take that one off.
That's harsh.
I know, right?
Well,
oh, that's hilarious. Oh, dude. George Santos started a Kickstarter for a veteran's dog that had a tumor and then took the money from the Kickstarter and let the veteran's dog die. This guy's up there with Alex Jones, in my opinion. I'm going to go there. That's where I'm going to go with that. Holy Christ. Where are we at? 7:30? We still got time. We still got some time.
It's a very dark, evil force.
Evangelicals are furious with Iowa's GOP governor over a satanic display in Capitol. I heard that this is actually getting blamed on the Trump administration, too.
Truly hope people know how to battle that.
Shelley Flockhart from Dallas Center says she was shocked to see it at the Capitol.
Okay, come on in.
Flockhart organized a prayer group on Wednesday around...
Dude, 100% that lady organizes prayer groups. Tell me, you take one look at that lady, she is head of the PTA, she is on the school board, she's got the prayer groups going. Yeah, this lady, but she'll also let you drink at her house as long as you promise not to drive.
Flockhart organized a prayer group on Wednesday around the Christmas tree in the center of the rotunda to oppose the satanic display near the stairwell.
It's not even that good, okay? Like, they barely put any effort into it, and you're going to be mad about that?
Calls it dark and evil and says Christians...
And I thought that these guys actually believed in Satan anyways. Don't they believe in Satan? Right? Like, I mean, so can't, like, one side, like, join up, and the other side gets to join up too? I think that is all's fair, right?
Christians should spiritually fight against it.
One, I hope people realize spiritual warfare is real, that there are evil, satanic...
Dude, she looks like she might be Baphomet. She's got some... Look at those features. Look at that. She's got the Joker smile going on, dude. Joker smile. She got the smoky eye. The smoky eye going on. Look at those eyebrows. Holy shit. She's got the forehead. This might actually be Baphomet. Baphomet? Baphomet? Dude, I think that she might actually be Satan.
Forces that are trying to infiltrate our state.
Oh.
Once again, American evangelicals are learning that religious freedom doesn't just apply to them. And after the Satanic Temple in Iowa was given permission to
I want to start worshiping like Thor or Zeus. I think that those are like way cooler deities. Like if you want, I mean, let's not get into the background of what people used to do when they did actually, worship Zeus. Because, I'm not trying to go there. I'm trying to be a human being. But I think... How much cooler would it be to worship Thor? And I'm talking about like Chris Hemsworth. Let's be honest. I'm not talking about like fucking Norse gods or Greek gods. I'm just talking about like Thor, like Chris Hemsworth. And also my wife's probably on board with that. So, I mean, that's a win-win situation.
Exercise their religious liberty by putting up their own holiday display at the state capitol. Predictably, mass hysteria ensued, and many Iowan evangelicals are outraged that the Republican governor is not doing enough about this satanic display. For example, Brad Sherman, a Republican lawmaker in Iowa, called for Governor Kim Reynolds to remove the display and even introduced legislation prohibiting the display.
No, she
but
can't.
Kim Reynolds resisted that call and released a statement condemning the display as absolutely objectionable, but ultimately chalked it up to a free speech issue, which enraged her right-wing constituents who called her response milquetoast. That's not how you spell that, by the way, and not good enough. Others responded saying, a bad interpretation of the First Amendment doesn't supersede our duties and your duties as a civil magistrate to God. And another person chimed in saying, that is at best a disappointing response.
Hold on. That person's handle, though, is Pews and Views. Okay? Jesus Christ, literally.
Any authority granted to the governor or any other elected officials come from where and to do what? This display is designed to do one thing: mock the creator who grants that authority. It should be burned on the Capitol steps.
Wow.
Now, despite the criticism, Kim Reynolds did not capitulate, but in her first statement, as you might have saw, she did encourage people to join her at the Capitol for a mass prayer event. And she tweeted about this, referencing, while not naming the satanic display, writing, free speech is a right afforded to all, but how we use it matters. Today's event is...
Okay, one of you guys need to start the conspiracy, because I can't do this. I'm a father. I have a job. Redunk, I know that you're probably homeless with no job right now. So one of you need to start the conspiracy theory that Kim Reynolds is actually a Satanist. I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm saying that if somebody did that, it'd be really funny.
Proof that in the battle between good and evil, good will always prevail. But of course, people were still angry. But before we get to some more responses, it is important to know why that display deserves to be there. So Lon explains, the Supreme Court long ago created...
That's a good statue, okay? That's a really well-made statue. Look at that. It's really well done. That's a work of art right there. The one that was in the Iowa temple, I mean, come on, temple. Iowa Capitol. I mean, this puts it to shame. If we're going to put up a symbol to Baphomet, I think I'm saying his name wrong, and I feel like I'm going to get judged for that. It's got to be nice. I mean, that's a nice looking, and it also looks kind of like that lady. I'm going to be honest.
A loophole in the First Amendment to allow religious displays by arguing that as long as every group gets to have one, it doesn't...
Yeah, don't forget that the reason that all of this happened was because somebody that was religious found that loophole so that way they could get the 10 Commandments on public property. Don't forget that. This all started because somebody on the religious side wanted that on public property, therefore opening the door for something like this being put on public property. Like, we can't forget that these people did this to themselves.
Violate the no establishment of religion clause. By putting up altars to Satan next to the annual nativity scenes, the Satanic Temple makes their point about the silliness of this loophole. More important, however, is the trolling part. Every year, Christian conservatives discover the satanic display and have allowed...
Oh, it's a knit snake. Look, it's kind of cute. That's a cute snake. Let's be honest. It's a pretty cute snake. And what is this? Crazy. What is going on there? That looks scary. That's some fucking ring shit.
Loud public temper tantrum about it. In this, Satanists prove their point. Conservatives claim to respect religious plurality, but it's a lie. The overt religious iconography on government property was always about promoting the Christian nationalist view that theirs is the only real American religion. And that right there is exactly it. So you can either have no religious displays at all on public property, or you can allow all religions to have their own displays, but you don't get to play favorites. You can't have your cake and eat it too, because if you just allow one religion to be on public property, that's unconstitutional. It violates the First Amendment. But since conservatives are constitutionally illiterate, they can't understand why the Republican governor isn't just overriding the Constitution and taking it down. And because she's not doing that, it's turned into an all-out scandal for Republican Governor Kim Reynolds. Conservative.
Because none of these people actually do care about the Constitution. Every single one of them uses that as the foundation for all of their arguments, but the moment that it inconveniences them, they throw it out the window. None of these people care about the Constitution. Every single one of them are about restricting other people's freedoms, but talk about how the Constitution defends theirs. They want to restrict other people's speech, but they talk about how the Constitution protects theirs. Anytime that the Constitution is actually applied in the way that the forefathers meant it to be applied, these people are like, nope, get rid of it, unless it benefits them. That's the only time. Like, that's obviously the hypocrisy of the right and the religious right specifically when it comes to things like this.
News outlet The Post Millennial reports that Kim Reynolds is under fire over the satanic display. And the same Republican lawmaker who introduced the bill to ban it is accusing her of being wrong about the legality of it. But she's right and he's actually wrong. But him pretending as if she can or should do something is 50% cope and 50% pandering to his evangelical base.
Yeah, because no matter what he says to the people that follow him, they're going to listen to whatever he says, whether it's true or not. They're like, yeah, that's right. What he said is true, like 100%.
I think that he's probably jockeying for like higher office here, saying, look, she just let the Satanism persist, but I would do something about it. Well, no, you couldn't do anything about it either because that's what the Constitution allows. The only thing you could do is take down all religious displays, including the Christian ones, but you don't want to do that, so you just have to shut the fuck up about it. But I mean, despite this being perfectly legal, obviously so, it hasn't stopped Christian conservatives in the state from shitting themselves and having non-stop temper tantrums. For example, this MAGA account on Twitter called it a mockery of our Savior Jesus Christ's birthday and pointed out that the state of Iowa allowed it because the Satanists, quote, followed the rules. Yeah, that's pretty much how that works. But let's watch the clip that he shared because at the end, you'll see why he's so triggered.
You know, over the weekend, the Satanic Temple of Iowa came in, put up their display. A spokesperson for the Iowa Department of Administrative Services said there's a procedure to apply for getting to have your display there, and they followed that and met the guidelines for that. But this display is located near the east door by the stairs on the first floor. Now today, members of the Satanic Temple of Iowa were on hand with the display. They declined to do an interview. They told me to refer to the Satanic Temple website. And on that national site, the main issues they are promoting are abortion as a religious right and establishing after-school Satan clubs.
I'm sure that's going to go over well. Now, the co-founder of the
after-school Satan clubs. This is their fault, though. Dude, there wouldn't even be a Church of Satan if it wasn't for Christianity. There would be no Church of Satan because there would be no Satan. You dipshits made up Satan, and now they're using it to troll you. It's your fault. You did this. This is your fault. Just like Trump supporters. Ah, wait. They're one and the same. Never mind. Holy Christ. All right, that is Evangelicals Furious with Iowa's GOP governor over satanic display in Capitol. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel too, please, Renee. If you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't joined the Ginger Army for the low, low price of only $3 a month, that is only 10 cents a day. There is no better value on the internet. For the low, low price of $3 a month, you can support a soulless ginger in his journey to find somebody that actually wants to employ him to do something along this level or even maybe something better. Anyways, you can do that by going to my channel and clicking the join button, which, like I said, $3 a month, and I will love you long time. Probably literally. Okay. Actually, I thought this video was amazing. I only watched like the first 2 seconds of it. I do have a tattoo, and this has nothing to do with Trump or anything else, but it looks super cool, so we're going to watch it because Bucket, this was in Bucket's requests.
Your tattoos are inside your immune system, literally.
Yeah, tattooed
with
people.
each very tasteful piece of art, you kickstart a drama with millions of deaths, grand sacrifices, and your immune system stepping in to protect you from yourself. Let's give you a tattoo and zoom in to see what happens inside your skin. The conveyor belt of death.
Nice.
Your skin has to solve a huge problem. It's your largest organ and has the most direct contact with the world around you. Trillions of microbes, dirt, insects, and vermin can't be allowed to get inside you. But your skin is also constantly damaged by you moving through the world. Your body solved this by making your skin a conveyor belt of death. All the skin you see is actually dead stuff. The alive part of your skin cells begins around 1 millimeter deep in the skin industrial complex. Stem cells constantly clone themselves, producing new skin cells that begin a journey from the inside to the outside. Each new generation pushes the older ones further up.
I'm gonna be honest, this freaks me out more than the Satan video.
As your skin cells mature, they interlock with each other and produce lamellar bodies, tiny bags that squirt out fat to create a waterproof coat that closes any gaps between them.
Dude, I am learning
And then they dry out and kill themselves, merging together into inseparable lumps.
I wonder if ginger skin works the same though. I feel as though my skin is not the same as everybody else's skin.
This wall of dead corpses is consistently pushed upwards.
My skin
Up
is
to
a wall
50
of
layers of dead cells cover your whole body and are constantly replaced by new cells moving up. Every hour, you shed around 200 million dead skin cells and all the dirt or bacteria that are stuck to them. Tattooing this part of your skin would be useless as nothing.
And for all the pro-lifers out there, I just want you guys to know that cells are alive and we kill them all the time without any care at all. At all.
Would stick around. We need to go deeper. When the fleshy world explodes, below the conveyor belt of death lies the dermis. It's full of structural tissue and cells, tiny blood vessels, sensory cells that report to nerve endings, the roots of your hairs, sweat glands regulating your temperature, and of course loads of immune cells guarding your flesh right below the moving border wall. This region and below is where your new tattoo will go. Okay, ready? The world explodes. Half a dozen monoliths the size of skyscrapers slam through the 50 layers of...
Dude, needles freak me out. I hate needles. Oh my god.
Dead cells deep into the dermis, ripping huge holes into the skin, only to retreat and smash through the tissue again about twice a second. Tens of thousands of cells are violently killed right away, ripped into pieces, or damaged beyond repair.
Oh my god.
Luckily, you did your research and chose a responsible tattoo artist who properly disinfected their tools and your skin. But you only ever get 99
Okay, hold on, actually. Hold on, actually. While we're on this, tattoos infected. This is like the grossest shit right here. When people have infected tattoos, it's like the worst. Where's the images? There it is. Like that isn't actually. Is that one that? No, that one's not that bad. That just looks like what is it? Staph or whatever. Oh, here it is. Stuff like this, where it raises. Oh, I'm vomiting a little. Oh god, I literally don't feel okay. And then that's what it does, right? Like it scabs. Oh my god. Yeah, like that. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, no, we're not going to show that one. I wonder if this can get me in trouble with YouTube. YouTube, this is for educational reasons. Good look, dude. Oh my god. Oh, it's on her wrist. It's on her wrist. No. Okay, that was just a terrible tattoo in the first place. Christ, dude. This person's foot. Oh my god, look at their foot. Oh, that is so swollen. Oh. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, I'm done. All right. Holy Jesus.
9% of all bacteria, and some of the survivors made it into your flesh.
Yep,
to put it mildly, your immune system is not amused at all. All the death and destruction wakes up hundreds of thousands of macrophages in your dermis that rush into the open wounds to defend you. Immediately, they start killing bacteria, release chemicals that call for reinforcements, and order your blood vessels to open up and make your dermis swell up with fluid. But worse than the hundreds of wounds and a few invaders is the tidal wave of chemicals that floods your tissue. Tattoo ink can be made from hundreds of substances, some may even be toxic or carcinogenic. Most are from heavy metals like lead,
sick.
nickel or chromium dissolved in distilled water. The battlefield is now a wild mix of dead cell parts, a few panicked bacteria, blood and bodily fluids, platelet cells trying to close wounds, more and more fresh immune cells, and the flood of tattoo ink. On the scale of your cells, clumps of ink particles are huge. If you were the size of a cell, they'd range from big dogs to small office buildings. Your immune system has one main job: identify what is not you and smash it until it's dead.
I like that.
The macrophages are desperately trying to do that.
Oh, macrophages are
Like tiny
crazy.
octopuses, they extend arm-like structures and begin pulling the ink particles inside. Usually, when a macrophage has eaten an enemy,
Okay, hold on. Once again, we gotta stop one more time here. Macrophage. Have you guys ever seen what a macrophage looks like? Let's see if they have a picture of one. Oh. There's like a zoomed in look at one. Damn it. No, not macrophages and tattoos. Macrophages. Just macrophages. They're like little like robot looking things. Damn it, there's no good pictures. Look at that. Huh. Huh. Crazy. Okay, alright, hold on. We're gonna watch a little bit more and then we're moving on to illness or education.
it showers it in acid to dissolve it. But this doesn't work with the ink. They try and try, but nothing works. The particles don't react in any way. And this is just the particles small enough to be devoured. By now, the larger chunks are surrounded by thousands of your structural skin cells and macrophages that are nomming on them, bathing them in acid and attack chemicals, trying to destroy and kill them. But they're not moving even a tiny bit. Nothing works. Finally, your immune system has to concede.
Nice.
It will not
Dude,
win
I
this
love
fight,
this,
so it
art.
does the next best
Art's
thing,
amazing.
not lose. Your cells don't know how dangerous these metals and chemicals are, but they can at least not let them spread around. So they just stay in place. They vacuum up all the particles they can fit into their bodies and surround the larger ones, trapping them in the only prison they can build, themselves.
Crazy.
Bit by bit, the ink inside thousands of tiny wounds moves inside millions of immune cells that freeze in place forever. On the outside, you don't notice any of this. Your new tattoo is fresh and the colors are vibrant.
Dude, that tattoo that's dope. That's dope. All right. Okay. That's it. It is time. I hope you guys are ready. Oh yeah, wait. I want to play since we just watched this. I'm just gonna play this, guys, for you real quick. I made this one the other day. Dude, I can never find my stuff when I need to. Here we go. You guys ready for this?
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Yeah, that's what I got for you. All right. It is time for the game we call Illness or Education.
We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We'll blow the milk at your tea, put the rustle up, you're quite too hot for TV, but too ugly for the voice, screaming, yeah, the fucking boys. Cheat up on the tins, month on the binge, the monks all up in your minge, these cunts wanna whinge. Shit in your hands and clap, give me your mixtape, man, I don't even listen to rap, but I do tracks, get you bouncing, lad, and hit the town, get down with an ounce of rackets like that, swinging like I don't know what, my jaw sticking out like it's been photoshopped, with the flow so hot, it's hard to keep chill, but it ain't that hard to be real, I just say what I feel, and I do this cause I wanna never do it for the deal, now I do it for the come up, mud running with my brothers, run amok until the sun up, some crazy motherfuckers meet the devil, I'm his cousin. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. The front wheels go up and the panties drop down. Sounds underground, so we're ripping it up. You're in lockdown, we out here living it up.
Fine. Sorry. It happens so often now. Yep. That's what Redonk's yelling at me for. Good job, guys. Way to yell at me. It's appropriate. Can you hear me now? All right. Well, now that we're back and Kyrgyzstan there, like I said, 21.5 million subscribers. I should have known. I should have been paying attention and looking down at my warning system, but I was not looking at my warning system. So that is what happens with the Kyrgyzstan. I'm laughing at all the things. You have no idea. The fact that I got my ass handed to me by the policy police just a second ago was kind of funny. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the game that we call Illness or Education? Now it's giving me the bitrate is low. It's having all kinds of problems now. All right, let's play the game, guys. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. Here we go.
We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town.
I'll blow the milk at your tea, put the rustle up, you're quite too hot for TV, but too ugly for the voice, screaming, yeah, the fucking boys. Cheat up on the tins, month on the binge, the monks all up in your minge, these cunts wanna whinge? Shit in your hands and clap, give me a mixtape, man, I don't even listen to rap, but I do tracks, get you bouncing, lad, and hit the town, get down with an ounce of rack, it's like that, swinging like I don't know what, my jaw sticking out like it's been photoshopped, with a flow so hot, it's hard to keep chill, but it ain't that hard to be real, I just say what I feel when I do this, cause I wanna never do it for the deal, nah, I do it for the come up, mud running with my brothers, run amok until the sun up, some crazy motherfuckers meet the devil, I'm his cousin. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. The front wheels go up and the panties drop down. Sounds underground, so we're ripping it up. You're in lockdown, we out here living.
All right. We are ready for our first go at Is It Illness or Is It Education? But to make that happen, first we got to end our first poll. 100% of you guys that clicked the poll clicked the correct your. I am so proud of you guys. When it comes to whether or not it is illness or education for you guys, obviously it's illness because your education seems fine. Good job, guys. Good job. All right. We've got what we got here. This one's not too bad. She's a Yankees fan. So right off the bat, as a Yankees fan, I'm going to say illness. I mean, it's a Yankees fan. So I'm going, well, no, education's on there too. I'm going illness right off the bat. She's a Yankees fan. So we're going to go Yankees fan, and we're going to go, is it illness? Oh, I got to situate all my stuff here. Is it illness? Okay. Yankees lady. Okay. Is the Yankees lady mentally ill? Lack of education. What do you expect? She's a Yankees fan. Okay? I mean, let's go with that. Okay? So what we got, guys? Illness, education, or what do you expect? She's a Yankees fan. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to lock in your preliminary. Fatty, did you just faint? I hope not, buddy. Don't hit your head on stuff, okay, bro? It's very important. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to watch my videos. Don't just watch my live streams, guys. Go watch my videos too for me, please. Leave comments. Give me feedback. Let me know how my new camera is doing. Let me know if you guys like the new format. Go watch the electors video, as the fake electors video is actually pretty educational. And we're going to be doing probably another video on that that's going to follow up on and talk a little bit about James Tilden in the 1876 presidential election. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do, okay? So I hope you guys got it locked in. Locked in? Here we go.
What do you love about Donald Trump?
I love the man. He's a real man.
Oh, yeah.
5 Trump rallies, and it just doesn't...
Oh, she's been
We need him. This country needs him.
Who goes to 5 Trump rallies? How many people in chat have been to 5 rallies for anybody? Like anybody. How many people here have been to 5 concerts of one person that they liked? How many people here have gone to a movie 5 times while it is in the theater that they enjoyed? Let me know, because I'm already a little worried.
What specifically? Like, what's the one thing when you say we need Donald Trump? What's the thing you?
He was an excellent leader. He was.
Okay.
I mean, he
Right.
put in he made lots of changes that really got our country moving. And these Democrats are ruining our country. They're just hell bent on turning this country into a communist country. And they're going to try socialism first, then it'll go to communism. And
Okay.
we can't have that.
Is that actually okay? So did Marx say it was capitalism? No, I think she's wrong. I think it's capitalism leads to socialism, and then socialism leads to communism. Isn't that the Marxist way? Isn't that the route it's supposed to go? Or is she right? Because I don't think she's actually trying to call it the Marxist path, but I think she may have fumbled onto what she's talking about. Audio? Sorry. It's always the TYT clips. The TYT clips are always so low. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's what... Jesus Christ, I'm so bad at this. Okay, we're starting over. Now it's going to be super loud. What is it? Illness or education for me, guys? Read your chat. Oh, Christ.
What do you love about Donald Trump?
I love the man. He's a real man, and I've been to
How's
5
that?
Trump rallies, and it just doesn't...
Nice, Pete.
We need him. This country needs him.
For what specifically? Like, what's the one thing when you say we need Donald Trump? What's the thing you?
Fatty, that's
He's
not
an
funny.
excellent leader. He put in he made lots of changes that really got our country moving, and these Democrats are ruining our country. They're just hell-bent on turning this country into a communist country, and they're going to try socialism first, then it'll go to communism, and we can't have that.
Okay,
And
so
where
you
do
guys
you
heard my
see-
original question. Is that the correct Marxist path? Is it capitalism, socialism, communism, or is it capitalism, communism, socialism?
That you're talking about, evidenced in the last few years.
Trying to go to socialism? Well, let me think about that, because there's lots of things, but all the regulations, big government. I mean, the government just keeps getting bigger. Hiring IRS agents to go after we the people, we the taxpayers that work to support the lazy Democrats.
Okay, except for that when they hire more IRS agents, it's been proven over and over and over and over again that they don't go after middle-class people. They don't go after poor people. They go after the rich. The reason that Republicans hate when Democrats win the presidency, when they win the Senate, when they win the House, it's because Republicans, generally rich white Republicans, are attacked by the IRS, and that is why they propagate this whole idea that IRS is bad, IRS is bad, IRS is bad. It literally never goes after middle class people. This is one of the few times that will actually stand up and say the middle class is not getting shat on. Generally, when they bring in more agents for the IRS, it is to attack billionaires and millionaires
that refuse to work, and that's why we need Donald Trump. Everybody in this country needs to work if they're able.
Right, but our joblessness numbers now are quite low in this country.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I'm going off the metrics that we use for every president and every administration. The Department of Labor statistics say that we have very low unemployment now.
How can that be? How can that be?
I think she's actually getting her education right now.
I'm not a labor expert, but I'm going off the numbers that we credit Trump and Clinton and
illegal aliens in our country.
Oh, she switched it.
That are unaccounted for, and
redirect.
Just because there's jobs out there.
Wait a minute.
That's not Biden's.
How can you put a number on unaccounted? Doesn't unaccounted for mean you don't know how many there is?
Doing.
I'm not saying. I'm just talking about the current state of affairs right now. Like whatever presidency, whether it's like I said, Clinton
Night,
or
Pete.
Reagan
Thanks for
or Trump
stopping in,
or
Pete.
Biden,
Appreciate
we go
you.
off of Department of Labor statistics to say where the joblessness rate is, the unemployment rate, inflation, all of that. So right now we are in a good spot historically going by that metric. The one that we credited Donald Trump with is the one we now credit Joe Biden with. So I'm asking, what is it about this time that makes that different for you?
What has he done to improve our country? What has Joe Biden done to improve our country?
He just said.
I'm
He's
not
destroying our country. He's destroying our economy.
Dude, look at her.
You can bring up the jobless thing, but our country is being destroyed.
Can you get
From
more
within.
specific? Though I mean, I'm just asking because I have no horse in the race. I'm just asking what it is specifically.
She is getting
I don't
so
know.
worked
I'm
up.
not well spoken enough to tell you that, but it's
What? It's not
I
nothing
mean,
to
you're
be
saying
well
he's
spoken.
destroyed the country. How has he destroyed the country?
the open border is the main thing. Yes, and his liberal policies and these liberal
Oh, those
Democrat judges
keywords.
that are letting criminals out on our streets that are, they're not, nobody's held accountable when they break the law.
What?
Stores are closing because of all the violence. They're terrible.
If President Biden were to come up to you now and say hi and introduce him,
So here's the best part about this, is that somewhere in there, she has points that she could make if she knew the actual facts that go along with what she's talking about. But because of the fact that she doesn't actually know anything about what she's talking about, she can't alliterate what she's talking about. She can't communicate properly why she's upset about these things. And that is actually a pretty good reason for you to not agree with her. Because it's one thing for a person to understand exactly why, point out, okay, so look, if you look at this, this, and this, once again, you're showing that, all right, you're doing the research, you're looking into it, you understand, the reasons why and why not, the pros and cons. And then at that point, you can have a real conversation with the person where you say, oh, okay, well, you think X and I think X. Let's have a discussion about whether or not you're right or I'm right, or whether or not either one of us even has the background to be right, and information and education to be right. But she is like an example of the type of person that hasn't, in my opinion, this is education, hasn't gone full-blown illness. It is all education. She just wants to be on the side that she believes is right, but has not educated herself in any way, shape, or form past the keywords that have made her so emotional. You can really see the emotion she's having.
himself, what would you tell the president?
You probably don't want to know.
No,
But
I
Joe's
wouldn't have
gotta go. Joe's got to go. He's so demented, he doesn't even know where he's at. He's not running the country.
Who's running the country then?
Barack Obama.
He's running the country?
Yeah, from behind the scenes.
Oh
yep.
my God, there's the old.
Joe Biden's not capable of doing anything. He can't even figure out how to get off of a stage.
Yeah, he's also
If President Trump were to come up and you could have a heart-to-heart with President Trump, what would you say to him?
I would say, God bless you, sir, and we need you. And I did tell him that, because I did. There was a, what do you call it? Who's the guy that does the town halls?
Well, there are plenty of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Michael
She's
Schur?
like the only one I know.
No. Anyway, so I got to ask a question. I did tell him that. And we do pray for him, and we need him back.
Do you pray for President Biden?
I do. I pray for.
Oh, there we go.
I pray for everyone.
One person I'd like to talk about is RFK Jr.
He's interesting. He's interesting. I like him. I do like him.
Are you a little scared as a Trump supporter that he's going to siphon votes away from the former president?
No. Take a look around. Are you?
I have no.
I know, you have no horse in the game.
I was afraid it was going to be too cold out here for me, but it's fine.
That doesn't scare me a bit. No. As a Trump supporter, no. I think there's way more Trump supporters in this country than the other side realizes.
I think that she's actually right about that. I think that people do take for granted exactly how many Trump supporters do exist. I still think they're much less than those guys think. I think they think that they're like the majority in this country. I would put MAGA, in my opinion, as far as people who actually vote. I'm putting them somewhere in the 20th percentile. That's what I'm saying. Like 20% of Republicans are MAGA voters. I think that at least 30, if not 40% of Republicans look at the MAGA crowd as being insane. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't vote for Trump, because a lot of those Republicans won't even look at any of these things and will just check the box with the R on it. But I do believe that a good proportion of conservatives look at MAGA Republicans as being pretty insane. I don't know how you couldn't look at them and see them as being at least a little insane. All right, let's see. Let's check it out. Where'd you guys go with it? And the survey says she's a Yankees fan. I forgot about the third option. She is a Yankees fan. I shit you not, there is no better example of somebody that does not follow baseball, does not care about baseball, but the moment that you say that you're a Mets fan or a Red Sox fan or anything else, she's like, ew, the Red Sox suck. Screw the Mets. I did not think further enough into this. You guys are right. It's because she's a Yankees fan. All right. Next up, we got Joe Bob here. Joe Bob looks like he's maybe a former, what do you think, former steel worker? Joe Bob might have lost his job down at the car factory due to the robots. That's what I'm going to go with here. We're going to go with Joe Bob. Joe Bob, illness, education, or lost his job to the robots. Which one do you think it is? What do you guys think it is? Do you think Joe Bob here has a lack of education, is experiencing mental illness, or he's very upset because he lost his job to some robots in Detroit? Which one? Which one could it possibly be? 4 hours on Twitter. Oh, God. 4 hours on Twitter, and I would be fucking insane. Good Lord. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start playing the video. Hope you guys got yourself locked in.
If Trump were to lose for the second time, what would you think the reset would have to be for Republicans?
I would say things would get so bad, it'll be almost in a communist type of zone to where we may not even be able to farm anymore. May have to sell our land before,
oh, shit.
You know, it's complete.
I screwed it up. He's a farmer. God, how'd I not call that? He definitely looks like Farmer Joe Bob. Okay, so didn't lose his job to robots. He's afraid that he will lose his farm to the robots. Now, obviously, he's already started this off with the telltale signs of lack of education by tossing out the communist keyword right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Completely controlled with all the regulations. He cut regulations, everything. I couldn't name one thing that's positive of Biden. And this is why we're in a mess. But I think one of the worst things, you know.
Okay, if you can't name one positive thing about him, then you might want to think about the fact that you may not be thinking about all of the things that he's done. You may not be well-researched or educated on this opinion.
You know, with agriculture and my business and everything else, when they opened up that border, you know.
When you say they opened it up, what do you mean?
Well, we had it shut down. Trump had it regulated, and he was screening them. And now we're going to have bad stuff go on. They're infiltrating the country, feeding everybody for free. You see, can't afford it. Can't afford it.
For free.
Like he says, they got to come in legally, not illegally. You get in illegally, you know, you're going to have a mess, and I'm afraid it could be.
Okay, this is messing with me, and you guys are going to have to help me out here. Is his head just oddly shaped, or is he wearing that hat just really high on his head? Does he have like a cone underneath there? This gentleman may have a cone. I'm just saying, the way he wears his hat is very strange.
This is why we have so much crime, and I can see where things could get bad down the road. If we don't get Trump back this next time,
the fear.
It's really going to get bad.
If he were to lose again, what would you think the Republican Party?
Okay, we got to pause it. What do you guys think? Way too high, right? Way too high. Is Fatty okay? Uncle Fatty, are you all right, buddy? Fatty? Dude, somebody check on Fatty. I think he said something about he fainted. I don't like that. Anybody know Fatty's phone number? We're going to need to... Ah, there he is. All right. Whew. Fatty, you're scaring me, bro. I'm gonna make you guys put like your personal information in the Discord. So if anything, I ever think anything happened to you, I can send the police to your house. Also, I'm really sorry for that if I send the police to your house. I care for you guys, all right? I don't want you guys to get hurt. All right. Let's see what you guys said. Lost his job to the robots with 67%. I think it's true, though. I think that Joe Bob... I think what Joe Bob is really scared of is not the Mexicans. He's not worried about Chinese. I think what Joe Bob is really worried about, and he just doesn't want to admit it, is the robots. I mean, if he's not, those are probably actually the people that he should be scared of taking his job. If there's anybody that's going to actually take your job, I doubt it's going to be Jesus. I doubt it's going to be some Chinese spy. I am willing to bet it's going to be a robot. Somebody needs to get a hold of Joe Bob and let him know that. Okay, we got the We the People truck going on here. Yeah, straight to mental if Trump lost. We're calling him White Oakleys. White Oakleys are a telltale sign. White Oakleys, okay? White Oakleys has a wraparound of We the People on his truck, which is the strangest flex. To me, it's always weird when people flex like that. Like there's really anybody on either side that's like, yeah, we love giving up our freedoms. Like, it's just insane. But anyways, we're moving on from that. We're going, White Oakleys is either illness, education, or spends most of his time on Twitter. Spends a lot of time on, I'm not calling it X, Twitter, okay? It's either illness, education, or this man spends the majority of his day on Twitter. That's where he gets his information at, okay? That also could go along the lines of education, not going to lie. Also, is he in a drive-thru right now? He is interviewing this gentleman in the drive-thru of something called Smokin' Hot Rednecks. Smoking Hot Rednecks, guys. I'm not going to lie. If that's a barbecue joint, I bet it's fire. All right. You guys ready for this? Here we go.
Party has to do to reset.
Oh, boy, that's a big one. I don't know what they can do.
Wait, hold on.
Reset. The Republican, what would you think the Republican Party has to do to reset?
Oh, boy, that's a big one. I don't know what they can do. Really, truly, they need to get rid of Democrat, Republican people. I don't care who you talk to. If they're Democrat, they won't listen to you.
If he were...
All right. Wait a minute. I don't even understand how that was even an answer to that question. He just said Democrat like 5 times. I don't think that was an answer to the question. Let's go back for a replay there. Let's get a replay on that because I don't think that was an actual answer.
What would you think the Republican Party has to do to reset?
Am I confused?
Oh, boy, that's a big one. I don't know what they can do. Really, truly, they need to get rid of Democrat, Republican people. I don't care who you talk to. If they're Democrat, they won't listen to you.
If he were...
Okay, I'm going to try and translate what that gentleman just said. I think what he's trying to say is that in conversations with Democrats, he can't in any way, shape, or form meet on a mental level with them that in any way actually comes to some type of productive result. That's what I'm going for. I don't know how that answers how the Republican Party is going to fix itself. I think he may or may not have had a seizure. A Democrat. Democrats. Oh, God. You guys are going illness? I'm going illness as well on that one. I think that at that point, I think it's broken brain syndrome. I think dude's got no ability at all to actually work his way through a single question in a fast food drive-thru called Smoking Hot Rednecks. This is a very interesting guy. This is interesting, guy. This guy may or may not have shopped at my health food store at one point. If you take a look what we got here, we got what looks to be a couple maybe gauge earrings going on here. We've got a cross, but is that your everyday cross? I don't think so. No, it's on kind of like one of those parachute cords with some beads on it, all right? And then we got Cock for Trump going on over here from Fort Dodge, Iowa. And then my rights don't end. I don't even want to know what the rest of that shirt says. This guy, he's got an eyebrow piercing. This guy used to shop at my store. Guarantee it. COVID broke this gentleman. All right, here we go. Is it illness? We're skipping the ads. Caught it. What are we going to cut? Okay. Former health food customer. Okay. Is it illness? Is it education? Or did COVID break this guy? Did it? You know I did. Okay. We've got, is it illness? Is it education? Or did COVID break this poor person? This guy probably used to shop at Whole Foods. Like, he used to go to Whole Foods and pick himself up like a tofu, caprese sandwich, a bag of kale chips, and a kombucha. And when he started going into Whole Foods, I'd even say not Whole Foods. I'm going Trader Joe's. This guy was going in Trader Joe's, and they made him put him on a mask, and this guy lost it right then and there. Right then and there. He dropped a, "You're not going to muzzle me, bro." Okay? That's what I'm going with. That's what I think happened for this poor dude. Okay? You ready for this?
To lose a presidential election for the second time, how would that affect you?
I would feel that the media manipulated it again. It's kind of hard to put into words the way I feel about what's going on in today, without getting overly emotional.
Okay, and I'm going to point this out too. Really weird when the hippies are caught wearing camouflage. Something also that you never really saw back in the day. Any type of hippie wearing camouflage. Very strange sight. Very strange. He's afraid that if he starts talking about it, he's going to punch this reporter in the face is what he's saying.
About it. The fact that we're trying to, what's the word? That we're trying to blackball somebody that is clearly the front runner when it comes to this next election.
He is very
insulting. You have to dig so deep, especially when it comes to the media and YouTube and things like that. You have to dig so deep to find the truth. And then once the truth comes out, you know, you're like, well, I wasted all this other time when it could have just come out in honest journalism.
Where do you get your news from generally?
Generally, I go to independent sources. Steven Crowder. I like that Steven Crowder has a web page that you can fact check everything that he says. I dabble in a little bit here and there. I kind of do my due diligence. I know your network, and you know, there's agreements.
I guarantee you he's so worked up because he knows TYT. That's what he said. I know your network. I bet you money the reason he's so he is on edge right now.
And disagreements in every media. I go where it's truest, in my opinion.
What will you do if former President Trump?
Lady? Oh man! Woo! Exactly. Come out, bro. It's okay. I say it all the time on stream. Just come out so we can support you, big guy. We love you. We appreciate you, and we think you should be who you want to be. Just come out. All right, what did you guys think? COVID broke him with an 83%, and I'm not going to lie. I 100% think that you are correct. 83% of you thought that COVID broke that man, and I do not disagree. So, yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. What did you retract, Redonk? Don't be posting messages and then retracting them. I don't like that shit. That's some deep state shit you're doing right there. All right, we've already named this lady before, so this is the Waldo woman, okay? And this is kind of, you know, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you, we cheated a little bit. We know this lady. So we're going to go illness. For those of you that have seen this lady, don't spoil it, okay? Education. I'm sure she's got something different to say. This is a different clip. Or hiding because she's Waldo. If you don't pick the third option, you're failing at life. All right.
Trump were to lose again.
Well, depending on how honest of an election it looked like it was, if it was honest and run correctly, I would accept it. If it wasn't, I would not accept it.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Then maybe we'll have to make him king.
Oh, no.
Would we want to go back to a monarchy?
You don't know what's going to happen.
Would you be, if they decided to go back to a monarchy and make Donald Trump the king, would you be okay with that?
I would do that versus what we're at now.
Yeah.
With the system being manipulated and corrupted.
Sometimes I forget how
it
bad
isn't
some
a
of these
true
are.
democracy. If you don't have legal justice for everybody, you are no longer a democracy. That's the whole core of democracy.
But Queen Melania will not have been born in the United States.
So, she's a great first lady.
But if she were a queen, would that be okay with you?
I don't care. Many of them haven't. I mean, she's a good person.
She was about to say Obama was born in Kenya is what she was about to say. Oh, man. She was about to say it. She was about to say Obama wasn't born in America. He Kenyan. Did you guys watch that? It was McCain interviewing that lady during his thing, and the lady goes, well, I just don't like him. And he's like, well, why don't you like him? She's like, well, I just don't. He's an Arab. And it's like, if you're going to be racist, at least be like correctly racist. Like, at least, I mean, Hussein is like, I guess you could say a middle name that is Arab, but wasn't like the whole thing about him being from Kenya? So shouldn't he have been from Kenya? Kenyan? Like, Jesus Christ, people. Holy fucking mackerel. I almost said holy mackerel. Holy mackerel doesn't get said enough. We need to say holy mackerel more often. All right. This lady's got a cool hat. Oh, and look at this lady in the back. That lady smokes a lot of cigarettes. I guarantee that. I've seen these people before. Town hall from McCain. McCain was a good man. Damn right. He was a good man. And you know what? I may not have agreed with all of his fucking politics, but you know what? He wasn't a bad person. And he was also a fucking war hero. Hiding because she's Waldo at 83%. Whoever didn't pick that, whoever didn't pick hiding because she's Waldo, you have failed. You have failed. But you're also correct. She is mentally ill. You're also correct because she is mentally ill. All right. We've got, I mean, to be honest with you, I wish he was talking to this lady because I guarantee this lady's voice sounds like this. This lady smoked a lot of cigarettes. This lady, on the other hand, she's got like, it's kind of a down-homey look, right? We're going to go down-home lady. Down-home lady. What we got? We got illness. Or education. Or I'm going to throw this one out there. Because I think that at one point or another it's going to happen to us. She's just trolling us. She's just a professor from whatever university this is, whatever state university this is, and she's just there. Okay? That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with we're either getting trolled or, racist. Damn, okay. Racist troll. That's what we're going with. Racist troll. Lack of education, or mental illness. Okay, you guys ready for this one? All right, get it clocked in there, guys. Plug your vote in. I don't want this shit to be rigged either, okay? Don't steal this election from me.
Your life.
Streets were safer.
Wait.
President Trump, one thing that helped your life.
Streets were safer. People were respected. The blue was respected.
What?
Right. And when you say the blue, you're talking about the police.
You bet.
Oh, okay.
And what do you think's happened to that?
Woke took over.
What does woke mean to you?
Demented.
Oh,
they
she
got
is
real
mentally
problems.
ill.
But how would you define it is what I mean?
How would I define it? They lack some values
Damn,
that I
Ruby
don't
might be
have.
right.
They're just a different bunch.
Oh, I
What's
think she's
one
racist.
thing that Trump did?
Nope. I think Ruby called it, dude. I think Ruby called it. Oh, shot, guys. I think Ruby straight up called it. Oh, man. That was some scary answering going on there. All right, all right. Oh, look at this big boy. Woo, high blood pressure. All right. You guys, this is your last chance. You can change it if you want. You can change it to straight up racist if you want. Oh, man. Ending the poll. Ending the poll. Hey, where'd my poll go? Did you guys see the poll? My poll disappeared. What is up with YouTube nowadays? YouTube's falling apart. I'm gonna just say it. She was racist. We all know she was. That was some racist shit. Okay. Big boy. Big boy here. What do you think? Illness? Education? Or high blood pressure? Too many cheeseburgers. What do you think, guys? Illness, education, or this man has eaten too many cheeseburgers? Oh, there is my poll finally. Down home lady, illness, education, and a troll. I think you guys are all wrong. I think Ruby won that one. I think Ruby 100% called it. I think that lady was 1,000% about to use the N-word. She was just like Ruby said, just not. She was smart enough not to. Right at the end there. Okay. You guys ready for this?
What's one thing that Trump did when he was president? One thing that made your...
Okay, first of all, I need to talk about this. This is sloppy. Sloppy, bro. And is that a mullet or is that a shadow? I can't tell. I think that's a mullet. This is very sloppy. What is up with this part? This bottom part. It looks like this man does not have a trimmer. Okay? There's a little bit weird here, too. It's kind of balding in the goatee area. I used to, in my former videos, you guys go back, watch some of those earlier reaction videos. A good portion of my reaction videos, like 8 months ago, was me just mostly critiquing people's beards. I'll be honest with you.
Life better.
Well, it kept the illegal immigrants at a minimum.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, this guy's racist. Oh, this gentleman wants to say something racist real bad.
How did that help your life specifically?
Because, he's... Well, with all the people coming over here and the drugs and all that over here, I mean, the kids ain't got a chance.
What's one...
No shot. Oh, my God. It is so amazing to just watch their brain ping pong back and forth between the things they're supposed to be scared of. He started that with the illegal immigrants, and he ended that with the kids are safer now. Oh, man. I don't know, Bucket. She looks a lot like every other Trump supporter. But I'm going to say, yeah, and she looks angry, don't she? She about to say, okay. We're going with this lady. We're going with Ma. We're going to call her Ma. Okay. Ma. Illness. Education. Or is she about to rage? Because I can tell you this right now. I'm taking one look at this lady's face. The squinting of the eyes. Some spots that probably need to be checked out by a doctor. As a ginger, as a light-skinned, fair-skinned gentleman, I can tell you that there's a couple things that a doctor needs to look at. I'm just saying this, okay? That squint and the way she's kind of looking up, I'm telling you guys right now, I think she's about to drop the angriest comment we've seen in this video so far, okay? What do you guys think? All right, here we go.
One thing that you loved about his presidency when he was presidency that helped your life?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. I am all about biblical, civical truth.
Uh-oh. We done fucked up, guys. We missed it.
And he was too. He believed in one man, one woman for marriage. He did not believe in abortion. He did not believe and the LGBTQ, whatever they're doing. He wasn't trying to destroy America, but build it up according to the principles of the Bible.
Is there anything...
Dude, that smile at the end. Holy shit. Okay, we did not have religious zealot, but if you picked mental illness, I think you win. Okay? If you've got mental illness on your bingo card, you win. Maybe we should start playing illness or education bingo. I think we need to start playing illness or education bingo. Holy Christ, that happened fast. That was just quick. All right. It's over. Jessica wins. Jessica, good job. Oh, man. Get going. Sleepy Joe is a demon sent from the bowels of hell to overthrow the whole goddamn world. Fatty knows what's up. I think that that's actually a pretty good mixture there. 60% rage, 20% illness, 20% education. That's a pretty good call. That's a pretty good mixture of exactly what I think that lady was. Jessica won that one. Jessica won that one. Ruby, you've already won one, okay? And that was a very prescient call on Ruby's part. I want to say that too. That was amazing. Okay. This guy, purple shades. Purple shades here. Purple shades. We're going illness. Education. I can't spell. What do you guys think? Illness, education. Yeah, his beard does look trimmed. I'm saying, okay, illness, education, or we're about to get the most hardcore conspiracy. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Hardcore conspiracy. Okay. I'm saying right now, this gentleman right here is either mentally ill, and I'm drawing a line between hardcore conspiracy and mentally ill because, look, mentally ill means that you need help, okay? Hardcore conspiracy means you're probably too deep in the Kool-Aid, okay? So I'm going to put it up there. We're going to say illness, education, or this guy's about to say something along the lines of Obama smells like sulfur. What do you guys think? What do you guys think here? Hardcore conspiracy, mental illness, or lack of education? It is a very nicely trimmed beard. I'm going to say that. He's got, I mean, as far as I go, really, I mean, this is probably peak trimming for me. A little bit of this on the side. I also feel for him because I've got the same thing going on the outer edges here. I'm getting the white that's coming in around the edge and down here as well. Still keeping a little bit of the mustache going with the ginger. He looks like he may be one of my people. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Specific that he did to make your life better?
A lot of stuff. I mean, you know, he was, I would say, for the economy, you know, housing, all that stuff, a lot affordable. You could go in the grocery store and buy food and, you know, walk out with a cart full. Now you get a little half.
What is that accent? Somebody help me out with that. Yeah, okay. What is that accent?
Half a bag full of food.
Do you blame the pandemic on that at all?
No, the pandemic, that was just a big, you know, I never got none of my shots or nothing, and I never got...
Damn it, that was so close! He almost did it!
Got it.
What was one thing...
I don't know, I think I still win that one. I think he was this goddamn close to dropping the deep conspiracy theory on us. God, that was so fucking close. Is that Cajun Redneck? Minnesota? Minnesota? How do I do a Minnesotan? Is that an A? Do they say beg? Like Wisconsin? Wisconsin? A? Is there a lot of that going on out there, A? Is that what's going on, Bucket? All right. What did you guys say? Hardcore conspiracy. For those of you who voted hardcore conspiracy, I'm giving us all a win. Because I think he was on the verge of a hardcore conspiracy theory right there, guys. I thought for sure that was what was going to happen. We were so close. So close. Okay, we're in the spirit. We're feeling the holiday spirit, guys. We're going with Santa Claus. Okay, Santa. All right, is it illness? Is it education? Or is this gentleman, is he going to tell you you've been naughty? Okay. Is this gentleman mentally ill? Does he lack education? Or is this gentleman about to tell you you've been naughty this year and you ain't getting any presents? That's what I want to know. He's going to say something along the lines of, you voted for Joe Biden, which makes you a naughty, naughty kid, and you don't get any presents. That's what I'm going with. What do you guys think? ZZ Top. Oh, I missed my chance. He is kind of ZZ Top-ish. All right, here we go.
Thing he did that you loved.
Best thing he did love, I'd say, more or less.
That's the exact voice that I thought that man would have.
He helped out more or less like our trade deal, put tariffs against China, so we get more of free trade what was coming in.
And that hurt some farmers in this state, though, didn't it?
Well, of course it did.
What about the...
I'm going education. I'm actually going to go with that dude wasn't too bad either. What do we got? We got one last one here at the end. We'll skip right to her because all these other ones are really short. The short ones just aren't as much fun. Although, okay, this is an encore. We're going to watch a little bit
thing
of
that
this
he did while president that you loved, that affected you personally?
The economy, for sure. Just look at his actions.
He is.
He's hands down our best president.
One thing he did to make...
Okay. That was just a little encore for you guys. Yeah, you know what? The fact that all of you were split on that last one, I understand that. 33, 33, 33, right down the middle. I don't think that we got enough information. I blame TYT. I think that we didn't get enough information from that clip. I'm going education myself. You see, he had a little bit too much smoking, probably a little cancer in his future. Like, I don't wish that on any person. I'm sorry if that happens to you, sir. Santa Claus doesn't deserve that. But I am just going to say this. Generally, when you got a voice like that, it tends to mean some things, okay? So what do we got here, guys? This young lady right here. I use young figuratively, okay? All right? We've got what looks like to be perhaps some engine grease going on the side here. She's got maybe some gas station $3 sunglasses going on. She's got that kind of open mouth. Okay, we'll just say she's breathing through her mouth, okay? What do you guys think? What are we going with? We've got some Trump gear matching here. When you have the hat and the shirt, that's when I think you've gone, 3/4. Once you have the hat, the shirt, and the pin, that's when I think you start to really enter a level of Trumpdom that, like, others can accept you as, like, once you start wearing face paint, that's when you're really one of them. But it looks like this lady's on the edge. She's almost there. She picks up a pin, and we can't see. Maybe she's got a pin somewhere on here. Picks up a pin. I think she's at least at the lower levels. That's a good question. I'm gonna include both of those answers in the poll. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do to Redonk, since Redonk can't resist. Okay, entry level Trump supporter. Okay, entry level Trump supporter. Okay, is it illness, education? We're going to go with, what is that guy's name? Mike Lindell. Actually, Mike Lindell supporter. Okay. That's solid. That's solid. Okay. Mike Lindell supporter, or lead poisoning. Okay. It's a good question. Lead poisoning is something that affected an entire generation of people, and it is a legitimate reason that does lead to causes of mental illness. There are links, I believe. I don't actually know that to be true, and I may be spreading misinformation. Sorry, YouTube. What do you guys think? Is this entry-level Trump supporter mentally ill, has a lack of education, is actually a Mike Lindell supporter who owns a MyPillow, or is it lead poisoning? I'm going with lead poisoning. I think lead poisoning is a pretty good call. ZZ Top. Yeah, ZZ Top was the right call. I agree, Ruby. I agree. I missed my chance on it shouldn't have been Santa Claus. I saw my chance to be seasonally specific, and I ruined it. I feel as though tonight when I lay down in bed, that I will lay there thinking about the fact that I could have called that man ZZ Top, and I didn't. I failed you guys, and I failed myself. All right. I hope you guys got it in there. I got it in. Here we go.
Make your life better.
What I really am concerned about is the border and all the people coming through.
Ah, yes.
Well, I was not worried about that. I felt safe when he was president. I don't feel safe now.
Even in the middle of Iowa.
Up here, we...
Oh, there's at least one moment of show where I just can't. I can't. All the way up here in Iowa. We're real close to the border. Us here in Iowa, we're real close to the border. A lot of problems with immigrants. Holy
We get them
shit.
too. We get illegal immigrants all the time.
We get a
And
couple.
so
Dude, this lady, straight up, you know this lady's racist as fuck. She sees a Mexican in her local grocery store, and she's in Albertsons, and she's like, there they are right there. There they are. Okay? All these illegal immigrants that are here, taking our jobs, taking food off our table. They're feeding them for free, taking our health care. Also, didn't notice, ultra mega shirt. Not just mega shirt, ultra mega. Awesome.
who knows who's coming through the border, right?
Yeah, who knows?
Right. Well, there is a process for most of them who are coming across.
I think most of them are coming across illegally. That's my opinion. You say there's a process. The process is, hi, how you doing? Here's some water. Go on in. That's the process. I don't believe that there's any.
Okay. I think that she's bending some truths here. Okay. On one side, there's people that are illegally entering. No, they're coming through the fence. They're going over the fence. They're going under the fence, flying drones. However, they're getting through. They're getting through in all kinds of other ways. And then on the other way, there's a bunch of paperwork and court processes. I think she's trying to get maybe in the middle. She's trying to hit it right down the middle.
Any other process than just people coming on in.
How did Donald Trump make your life better?
This lady came in again.
Oh, he gives me hope.
Ah, dude. Where's Waldo lady has snuck in twice now. Snuck in twice. This lady, she is. And also, I'd like to say this. These are nice glasses. I'm feeling these. I'm feeling these. And I do feel, Bucket, you might be right. Bucket may be correct. This lady may be the troll. Because those are nice glasses. She's too well dressed. She looks like she's showered, okay? She's got very little skin condition going on here. Very little, okay? I think this lady might be a troll. I think you might be right. Oh, man. Yeah, it's always the people in the background, Fatty. Always the people in the background that I'm like, it's the police officers standing around and then the people in the background. It's like being at your local fair and standing in the midway and just watching people walk down the midway. Oh, God. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end, so we got to pick the good ones. We got to pick the good ones because I want to make sure we have the good ones. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one because this is a klepper. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this guy. So this might be cheating. This is also spoiler alert time. This guy's talking about masks, and I just felt like it was super amusing to watch this guy talk about masks. So, okay, you guys, I think you guys called this one pretty good. However, whoever voted education, I'm going to give you're getting a participation trophy, okay? Because you did vote education, and I think you actually might be the one person that got it right, okay? Lead poisoning, we might have been wrong. It might not have been lead poisoning. It could definitely have just been a complete lack of education. That woman may or may not have dropped out in the 5th grade. Let's be honest. It's just being honest. I'm not being okay. This is real talk. Honesty. Okay. Anti-mask beard. Okay. Anti-mask beard. Okay. Look, and I'll be honest with you. I had a beard like this during COVID, guys. I had a beard just like this during COVID. Okay. It's hard to wear the mask with a beard like this. And also, when I had a beard like this and I entered my doctor's office with my mask on, my doctor looked at me and he said, that mask isn't doing anything for you with a beard that big. So I'm going to be honest, okay? This guy wearing a mask, probably not doing any good, okay? Anti-mask beard. Illness. I'm giving you guys a little bit of spoiler. He's gonna go off about masks here in a second, so you can base your choice off this. I can already see Redonk agreeing with this man, okay? Being a Vivek supporter. Also, I don't know if I've told you this or not, but Redonk the other day did disclose to me that he does actually believe that Ron DeSantis is 6'1", and he also does believe that he's a human being, and those two things out the window. Absolutely zero way that high heels is a human being, okay? Illness, education, or really wants to give people COVID. Okay, I can't put the whole thing in here because I don't have enough characters. This is like Twitter. Okay, it's either mental illness, lack of education, or this gentleman just really wants to spread the COVID. Okay, that's what he's looking to do. That's his life. It's his goals. Take one look at that man. He's got kind of that's like a $6 hat. Let's be honest. He probably paid like $30 for that. But let's be honest. $6 top. You get that on Wish, probably $3.99. It's kind of a shitty hat. And if we're at a Trump rally and that's the best you have right there, I feel sorry for you. You could have gotten like a Trump with a machine gun riding a Tyrannosaurus, and this is what you ended up with. Poor decision making. Poor decision making. Did I dead name you? I dead name you all the time. I can't stop it. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
Wearing them and everybody said put a mask on, I would respect everybody's wishes and put it on.
Dude,
we're not sheep.
louder.
So you're going to look at what everybody's doing and you're going to follow
That's
along.
it.
Yeah. But not sheep.
Not sheep.
Are you in a better place than you were 4 years ago?
Absolutely.
No.
I'm literally making four
Edward the
times
debt
as
collector.
much as I was making
I
when
did a video
Obama
on
was
this guy
president.
too.
What do you do?
I work for a debt relief company.
We're just gonna put it all in one, guys.
So now, as a debt relief employee, you make more money under Donald Trump.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be a white debt relief collector. You're pro-life.
Of course.
It's important for Americans to do whatever they can to protect a human life.
Yes.
Why aren't you wearing a mask?
I mean, again, it's a personal choice, I think. If everybody was wearing them and everybody said put a mask on, I would respect everybody's wishes and put it on. We're not sheep.
So you're going to look at what everybody's doing and you're going to follow
That's
along.
it.
Yeah. But not sheep.
Not sheep.
Are you in a better place than you were 4 years ago?
Absolutely. I'm
Oh,
literally
shit, I'm gonna
making
get
4
another
times as
copyright
much
if I
as I
don't
was
stop
making
this.
when Obama was president.
Oh, Christ. Oh, man. Cops in lines at subways over the counter on purpose while open carrying. Fatty wins. Oh, dude. Fatty wins with that one. Oh, I can smell a fat with a mask on. Oh, dude. How does COVID not get in your nose? A fart. Okay, do you want me to go into the actual science and the difference between COVID and a fart? Because I can. The difference between gas and like how big a gas molecule is and how big a COVID molecule is. Like they did this whole thing with that. I mean, if you want me to go look up all that shit, I would definitely do that. It's also about how you wear your mask. I agree with all the people that are like people weren't wearing the mask correctly. People that were wearing like certain cloth masks that didn't work, all of that stuff. But you also have to agree that for the most part, when it comes to COVID and masks, it did actually do a lot of good. And actually, the standing 6 feet apart, washing your hands, all of those things did do good. Because anecdotally speaking, no one around anybody got sick for like 3 years, except for when they caught COVID. No one in my store was sick for like 3 years unless they caught COVID. So, I'm sorry. But masks, social distancing, and hand washing worked. Now motherfuckers are sick all over the place again. I was just sick 2 weeks ago. I didn't get sick for like 3 years. I kind of want to go back to wearing masks. I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. No, there's a differences between the genes and the fart molecules versus I'd have to look up the whole goddamn thing. You want me to do that with 6 minutes left in the stream? You want me to go find that? Richard, I'm gonna pull a Trump supporter on you. Do your research, okay? Do your research. Dude, it's been too long. I'm not on my mask information game right now. I would have to go look up the whole thing about how mass versus your genes versus the size of the molecule in a fart, because it's because, God damn it, a respiratory molecule is a different size than a liquid gas molecule from a fart. Like I said, I would have to look it all up again. Look, I'm not a fucking molecular biologist, okay? This isn't my job. I looked it up at the time because it seemed important to me. I figured out that, it does make a difference. I wore the mask. I didn't hold on to the knowledge for 4 years afterwards because, to be honest with you, at this point, I don't have mass and I don't feel it's necessary for me to retain that knowledge. I have all kinds of other shit I have to think about, like fake electors and stuff like that. However, this information does exist, and I'm pulling a Trump supporter on you right now. Do your research. You can't wait. Hold on, because now we're talking about fart studies, and now you're entering back into something I might have information on. The masks do not stop farts. If it's the same, if it's your own fart, no, obviously it's not the same if it's your own fart, because if it's your own fart, you're used to the smell of your own brand. If you're used to the smell of your own brand, it's like a fish being in water. You don't notice it, bro. Like, you don't notice it. Like, to be honest, after you fart, you notice it at the very beginning, and then you don't notice it, and then everybody that walks in a room after you farted smells that shit, okay? And they're judging you. I'm just leaving that out there. All right. I think that's it. I think we're at the end. We only got 4 minutes left. I don't have anything left. Does anybody have a last video, a funny video, something amusing that you would like for me to watch before we go? And I will play the credits at the end. So we will be playing the credits. If you're interested in listening to Still Alive, which I'm always interested. Oh, look, this guy's streaming. We should watch his for the last 4 minutes. Rare 1940s rap? Hold on. We're watching this.
Well, it's over and over. Oh, oh no, oh, oh no. I got to ride on the women's time, but it's over and over. Oh, oh no, I got to ride on the women's time. Brother Noah,
I just feel like this is racist. This isn't rap.
Said he would ride on the wind and tide.
Okay. Somebody saw black dudes and they're rapping. That's just racist. It's just racist. It's not rapping. God damn it. I got trolled. I got clickbaited. What do we got? Check my Discord. Open a pack of divorced dad cards. Okay. All right. We're going divorced dad cards. Fatty, did you put something in the Discord? Because if you put something in there, I will open it. But it can't have a goddamn song in it that's going to get me in trouble. You guys are trying to get me banned. Worst trading cards of all time. Here we go.
Let's have a look at what's inside. Hey, bud, sorry the packaging is bad. It's all I could afford. Your mum took all the money in the divorce. No! Well, that answers that. We've got Dad's new roommate.
I love that Aladdin shit.
Jam band.
We've seen that card. We've seen it.
What are
That's
you looking for?
obviously
What's the
a
house?
generic card, not a very good one.
The one of one house, I believe.
Exposed toes.
That's
Dude,
so
I wear
That
socks and
goes
sandals,
well
bro.
with sunburn.
I wear socks
Oh,
and
yes,
sandals.
of course. The mattress. Man,
nice.
shout out.
Yes. You want to stay over? It's cool. I'll pull out the mattress.
Ooh, open
Oh, no. Does that exist? Oh.
Pain.
Yes.
I believe the next card is the hit after this.
Oh, 2 Christmases. Oh, that is a big boy.
Oh, that hurts.
The hit.
Oh, the White
Oakley's
White
hollow.
Oakleys. Holy shit, there they are.
And Dad's new look. That's amazing.
Fuck.
Show me the 2 Christmases.
2 Christmases. Wow, that is so harsh. Okay. Fatty, you're claiming there's no music. I'm going to take a look. I've got 17 programs open, so it's going to take a second for Discord to open back up now. Where are we at? We in funny stuff or are we in general? Redonk is sending me stuff. Okay, we'll do that dad divorce pack after this one. We'll extend the show 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. General Ruby. Oh, good job, Ruby. I will take a look at what that is. Destiny still has small L liberal and big L liberal mixed up. That is super weird. I've never heard that before. I have actually never heard that. That's the first time I've ever heard that before. Oh yeah, look at Fatty dropping them in there. Okay, we're gonna watch Lil Casey's "Hey You." Okay.
Now listen, this song is sexually explicit and it's hotter than hell. If you can't deal with that, then get out of here now! Don't say I didn't warn you, partner.
1977, camp meeting, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh no.
Last night of the camp.
Oh no.
Brother Hagan had already started giving the invitation. Hey!
Wait a minute. Isn't Hagen that like super like homophobic pastor?
You take a deep breath. Oh, yeah, you. Prepare yourself. Oh, dear Lord. Hey, you. Hit me with such force. Oh, yeah, you. Like a freight train coming through a tunnel. Now I want you to just imagine me sitting there with my jaw hung open.
Oh my
gaze
God.
locked on him. I'm not trying to keep people out of here.
Oh my
I'm
God, he's so
trying to
scary.
get them in here. Yeah,
Oh my
you.
God.
And I split my britches. Just come on up inside me. So he said, well, I guess I better do that. He said, young man, take a deep breath. Prepare yourself. This is huge. And it came up on the inside of me. Oh.
Does he do that shit on purpose? He is so fucking scary.
Oh my. I love it. Boy, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tupac's dog was the best.
That's when you better have something in you that comes out right. Hey, you. Take a deep breath. Oh, yeah, you. Prepare yourself.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Right. Hey, you. Take a deep breath. Oh, yeah, you.
Look at these people. Holy shit. That is a dead person. That person's not alive. No fucking way. Holy Christ, look at this crowd. Oh my, what is this guy's body? That's not a real body. That's a weird looking body. Is that Donald Trump Jr.? What is this crowd? Dude, we gotta go to one of these. Oh.
Prepare yourself. Oh, dear Lord. Hey, you. Hit me with such force. Oh, yeah, you. Like a freight train coming through a tunnel. And they went to work on me. I'm telling you, I was, they could slap me around and get to working on me. I moan and groan and cry and squall and ask God why. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, Ken Copeland, get on your knees. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I just knew it was coming. So I slipped out on my knees and it just came all over me.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It's a mess. Did I do all right?
Oh,
hey, you. Take a deep breath. Oh, yeah, you. Prepare yourself. Oh, dear Lord. Hey, you. Hit me with such force. Oh, yeah, you. Like a freight train coming through a tunnel.
Holy shit. What the fuck, bruh? God, he's so crazy, dude. God, he's so scary. Oh man. Okay, last one. We're gonna open. Dude, if you guys haven't watched this, David Pakman with the Trump supporter QAnon shaman guy, oh dude, watch that shit. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, hold on. Let's do the last divorce pack. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more. The divorce.
All right,
pack.
we're back again with another divorced dads.
I love that he has a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Let's see what we get.
Oh, we've already
The
seen
mattress. Exposed
he's got
toes.
the same one. He's
Two
got the same pack.
Christmases. Blood pressure. Okay, now blood pressure is not a good card on its own, but if you pair it with pickup basketball, it can be a deadly combo. So you want to keep that one for sure.
Dude.
Dad's new roommate.
Fountain
of Youth. Okay, I have a rare version of this one that's a misprint.
I love
where
his
the ink
lip.
just ran everywhere. Open carry.
This is the
All right,
same
final
deck of
card.
cards.
Let's go. Come on, house, please.
That's
I
White
need it.
Oakleys. White Oakleys.
Here we go.
White Oakleys.
And holographic hacked Facebook. This is like one of the least rare cards.
Hacked Facebook. Oh, that's so real. Oh, Christ. All right. It was a fun one. I had a good time. I enjoyed your guys' company, as I always do. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Ruby, I do have a new video out about the fake electors in Nevada that are being charged. Like I said, I am looking to do more on that subject that involves the James Tilden versus Rutherford B. Hayes election, the quite possibly most controversial and also maybe also the most, like, I don't know, it's one of the most looked into presidential elections of all time. There's a lot of stuff that was pretty convoluted. Things that happened that are pretty shady. And also the fact that Rutherford B. Hayes was a really nice guy and kind of conceited. It's right behind the George Bush, Al Gore. Anyways. If you want to watch the elector video, go watch that. It's a pretty good video in my opinion. It's mostly just me talking, but it's educational and it has a really funny ending if you stay all the way to the end. It's also my highest, as far as span of time that people watch it. What is that called? Engagement. Highest amount of engagement I've had from a video so far. So obviously other people seem to like it as well. Go check it out. Really good video. Other than that, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for always showing up, always being here. One of these days, it's going to be the saddest day of my life. I'm going to turn on the camera and nobody's going to be here because you guys are going to get tired of listening to me talk. But until we get there, until that day happens, I love you. I appreciate you guys. As I said earlier in the stream, I am striving to do bigger and better things. I am attempting to get a hold of people that will help me to do bigger and better things. I am always trying to do things that actually matter and actually like make changes for other people because I have a very nice life. I've worked really hard from where I came from to where I am today to be able to enjoy the things that I have. And I think that, in my opinion, the best thing for me to do is to pay it forward by helping people. So I want to do that, and I want to try really hard to get out there and do something that actually makes a difference. So I appreciate you all. I'm thankful for everything you guys have done. And I leave you, as I will always leave you guys, with the greatest song in the world.
This was a triumph. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe black